bro.
Yes, I do.
I had the
remember
fucking
that.
kit and the blue light and the fan.
Yes, and I really believed it.
I know.
was, pretty dead set that you were actually.
I'm proud of myself.
Welcome to the Work in Progress
Why did you own a
podcast.
botany kit?
Welcome to the Work in Progress podcast. This is episode 8. I now know what episode it is. We have our 7th guest.
Our best guest.
I didn't count how many guests.
I'm playing.
This is our 7th.
It's a joke.
7th, lucky number 7, DJ Nicastro. Jared Nicastro, all the way from Howell, New Jersey.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here. Good to see you guys. It's been a minute.
Good to see you too, man.
It's been a lot of minutes.
It's been a lot. Yeah, it took a long ass time to set this up for no reason, but welcome. Let's dive right into it. Federal Reserve. Let's go.
No, when I walked in here, I didn't want to bring it up till we started recording, but I saw the receipts on the wall. Have you talked about this on the podcast at all?
I did mention it. Actually,
so I guess we could segue after this, but I haven't been on social media a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to cut down my usage. So
which is good.
I don't know exactly what you guys are doing, but I really appreciated what you guys are doing because you don't see a lot of people using social media for good, and seeing that was pretty refreshing. But could you fill me and possibly the listeners in on what you guys are doing?
I did mention it a couple episodes ago, but it was just a quick shout out. Are you familiar with the Plank Squad?
Give me the rundown.
All right, so Plank Squad is just a group of us guys, and we just really started.
Only men, gentlemen's club.
Only men. Golf.
guys.
We're golfers. Gentlemen's only, ladies forbidden. So myself,
Big towel.
we got Dan, we got Will. We're all part of it. And then you got Nick Lorenzo, aka Tony Newberry. You got Nino. You got Jason.
DJ Stev.
We have DJ Stev.
Jake
we
Nash.
have Jake
Sean
Nash.
Page.
We have Sean Page, and
Chris
we have
Jadis.
Nelly or DJ Stev. Chris Jadis, our camera guy. Shout out. He does firework
James Sean Page.
at Dice Dossier. I said them already.
Cool.
But so anyway, so that's our group. Shout out Matt Rad as well. And all of us, we believe that we have bigger ambitions and we call for a greater version of ourselves in anything that we do. And for Nick, it's music. For Matt Rad, it's music. For Nino, it's management, for the music part. For this, this is a podcast. That's our thing. Will's an actor. We all have our shit, you know?
Mhm.
So instead of the old saying, if you want to go far, or no, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So that's what I feel we live by. And this past December, we decided to fundraise and just give back to the community. Shout out Nino, because Nino finds the randomest shit and but good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where. I don't know where the fuck he finds this stuff,
bro.
But not even just the fundraiser thing. He finds events that for Nick to
Turns it to
perform at.
gold.
Yeah. So anyway, so shout out Nino for finding shit all the time. That's your fucking gift. I don't know how the hell you do that. So anyway, so he found this charity up in North Jersey that needed help, and then Nick and Matt Rad and then Wags. Oh, Wags is in. Did I mention Wags, right?
Nah.
Oh, fuck.
Nah, you
Sorry,
did.
Wags. All right, so but he's part of Plank Squad too as well. Shout out Wags. And they were about to perform. Wags is going to do stand up there. Last minute. It was yeah. So it was funny as fuck how all this happened. But so we fundraised over 30, about 36 hours. We raised $1,700 just through Venmo donations and shit. And then we used all that money and we went to Target, Five Below, and where else did we go?
Keep going.
Well, what?
No, I just had a thought. Just keep going.
Okay. And then where else did we go? Target, Five Below.
He went to the casinos.
And then we took that $1,700, put it all on red. But no,
Red 23. Keep going. Just
and then we took that money, we bought a bunch of toys, and then we had them all
Kind of
here,
toys.
lined them up, and then just kids' toys.
Huh?
And then long story short, shit happened with that place that Nito found originally turned into be something sketchy.
Okay.
So, but then we just took it and then we dropped them off at Toys for Tots, and also gave some of them to Nino's aunt has a charity, a nonprofit for domestic violence awareness, and him and I we've been working on some serious shit as well to do a big event in June for that. So stay tuned for that. More details to come. But yeah, so that's what Plank Squad's about. We're just all people on a mission individually coming together to have a joint mission to do bigger things in the world. Only men as
For now.
Yeah. So if come the time that we see there's a based women.
when there's equal rights.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So yeah, that's Plank Squad.
All right.
That's Plank Squad.
Rude. I'm
I
sorry.
just wanted to say that.
All right. Now for the Federal Reserve.
Wait, what? Let Jared
Fuck
finish.
Jerome Powell.
No. Just shout out to all you guys because again, it was very refreshing to see
I appreciate
people
that.
doing good and using social media for something
Yeah.
good instead of toxic stuff. So
Yeah,
for
man.
you guys.
Dude, it's just like everything else in the world. I believe like social media, money, influence, power, like all of that is just completely neutral. And what you do with it determines if it was good or bad, you know? Right. So it's just more power to you, you know?
More power to you.
More power to you.
Yeah. So
you know Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, of course.
Oh no.
Of course. Love Jordan Peterson.
Lobsters.
Competence.
There's a hierarchy.
Can I just say something real quick again?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Red 23.
No. Hold up.
Remember every detail.
Okay, you listen real close. I'm not gonna yell.
Don't scream.
Relax.
You can yell.
I want people to hear this.
Okay.
On with it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're about to know. Empire Central is the greatest radio station of all time. No cap.
Never heard of it.
From Mafia? Is that what you're talking about? From Mafia 2?
Yeah.
Game. Good radio station. That was the
greatest.
Comment.
Oh, we're talking. Wait. This is a perfect segue into video games. This is a perfect segue into video games.
Okay.
All right. So, out of the last decade, best video game out there. Go.
Battlefield 3.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Yeah, I remember you used to play that.
I like every genre.
Best top
one.
out of the past decade. Best one that you've played the most, at least.
I played the most.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say.
No, what? What am I gonna say?
Just
I really don't.
No.
Do I play like
For Honor?
that was the one I played the most the past year. Yeah, but that's not my favorite.
All right. I think best game
You're
overall.
gonna say MW2, you
Nope.
motherfucker.
Nope. What? Nope. GTA 5.
No.
That game.
Great
That
game.
game. No.
Great game.
Let me
Nice.
break down the logistics.
Make it
of
quick.
It was on the Xbox 360. Then it went to the Xbox One. Now it's on the Xbox Series X. Like it's a 3-generation game.
Yeah.
It has been constantly updated for the past 7-8 years now.
You can't see Ford truck anymore.
And-
No. BF3, you could do that.
And it's planned to be like still like being updated and being added to it for the next like 3 years. Like GTA 6 isn't coming out for a while. So GTA 5 is like a fucking behemoth in the game industry.
You just slammed.
I did because I wanted to
Put him in the slammer.
Yeah, I think GTA 5 and Rockstar Games, they know what they're doing. Shout out to Rockstar because all
Shout
the
out our sponsor,
shout
Rockstar.
out- yes, but the work they put into those games is really incredible. And when you actually get to see like the amount of work they put into the story and the development of games like that, it's really incredible. And I think GTA 5 is a generational play, like you were saying.
Good word.
And there's a lot of games like that. Like I think Fortnite's a generational play. I think
Minecraft.
Unfortunately.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But-
Oh my God. Why didn't I say Minecraft? I'm an
yeah,
idiot.
they know what they're doing over Rockstar.
They know what they're doing.
Really appreciate what they're doing.
Rockstar didn't make Minecraft.
I take
was just
back
joking.
everything I said.
LA
It is
Noire.
Minecraft.
Rob, you're lying, Morgan.
I like your ass. You're lying, Morgan.
It's LA Noire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't play that game much.
Yeah.
Me neither, actually. Skyrim I play the shit out of.
Oblivion NPC dialogue.
Yeah.
Good games.
Yeah.
Good games.
But
What's going on, boys?
not
don't know.
much.
No.
Can I get some quick shout outs real
Say it.
quick?
Oh, yeah. Get some shout outs out.
just
Tyler
real quick.
Pastoric.
What's up, Ty?
T-Pass.
Shout out to your mom's favorite Discord and my English brothers over at BBK because I know you guys are going to watch this. Fuck you, Nate.
There
Fuck
you
you,
go.
Twed. So, what's good, boys?
Wow. What's BBK?
yeah,
BBK is
that like an
a
off-private
British Discord that
Oh my God.
we tend to join sometimes, and we just talk to our British lads. They
On the
they
other
keep
side of the
me-
pond?
They keep me involved with what's going on over in Europe.
Yep.
I love talking to them.
Hey, remember the
So
remember
shout
the
out
Blitz
from the
guys?
colonies. Shout out.
Dope,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
remember?
Dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, fellas from across the pond. Remember the Blitz? How's that? Bring it up.
we can talk about it.
You met them on Counter Strike?
What?
How do you met on Counter Strike? You met them?
No,
So
this
that's your
was
game.
through a mutual friend, but yeah, we
Say
just
the name. I dare you.
Anthony Morrow. Shout out Morrow.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Anthony
God.
Morrow. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Dude,
fuck.
I used to play DayZ with that kid all the
he's-
time.
He's
yeah.
part of your mom's favorite Discord, and
Yeah.
so he was part of that shout out.
But you're sweet baby, I did.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Damn, DayZ was a good day. Shout out Joe Curto. Me and Curto used to tear shit up on
Just
DayZ.
shouting everyone out now.
Yeah.
Shout out Justin Bolanini. Battlefield 3 days.
That's
My
a good
boy.
shout
Shout out
What's up,
Justin
Justin?
Paganini.
Shout out Wedding Sisters. Sorry, I'm yelling. Shout out Wedding Sisters.
Shout out Wedding Sisters. Okay. Wow. Damn. Remember
here.
we used to bullshit so much. You were in our class with Mr. R in history class. We used to
Yes.
just bullshit all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Good
remember.
times.
Remember?
I don't
Oh
remember
my
much,
God. Wait a minute.
Neither do I, bro. I blacked a lot of that out.
Yeah.
I still have a scar on my forearm. I would like to show you, but I'm wearing a lot of layers, so it'll be tough. But you remember the fucking man stamps from 8th
From
grade
the hot
science?
glue guns?
Yeah, I still have a fucking mark.
Wow. No, remember in 8th grade, we used to do the knife game.
Wear that with
Mark.
pride. Wear that
I wear it
with
with pride, bro. I fucking people don't even know.
Remember the knife game?
Yeah, I didn't play that. I wasn't crazy.
Ben Long.
I was a man. I wasn't crazy.
Rob was a little crazy back in those days.
Yeah, trying to
like I
climb up
channel my craziness.
He's trying to climb up the dominance hierarchy by playing knife game in 8th grade, bro.
Yeah, I'm fucking cool with a knife. Yeah, look at me.
To give a little, can I give a little context to this? Like
Yeah.
me, Will, and Rob all went to middle school together. So this is a relationship.
Gap.
10 years in the making. We've known each other since I was 12 when you go into middle school.
Yeah.
So it's just pretty crazy to think about. And we haven't seen each
10
other.
years.
10 years, man. And we haven't seen each other in a while. So this is like very nice.
Yeah, when's the last time I saw you? Was probably high school, bro.
No, you're like 9.
Oh no,
you're like
no,
10 or
no.
11.
We worked at
You're
Crispy.
10 or 11 middle
Yes.
school.
We worked at
Yeah,
You're
Crispy.
10 or 11 going to middle school.
Right. So this is it's a
11
long
years, 10
time
years.
in the
Holy
making.
shit, bro.
And
This is cool.
yeah. When I was thinking about, when Rob asked me to come on, I was excited that Will was here. Not to toot your horn, but I'm going to a little bit because from what I remember from our like relationship in high school was we always had very good and interesting conversations.
Yeah, we did.
You're a person that puts a lot of substance and doesn't just spew garbage, and we always had really
you.
good intellectual conversations. So that's why I was excited to come
you.
on. So
Thank you.
but yeah.
Great.
Appreciate it.
So
We're
is
gonna
there anything-
bun. Have Jake Loxler hit him in.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that name in a long ass time. Damn.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so all right. So just to give context about this episode, how the fuck it happened, real quick. I posted something on my Instagram story. Shout out Peter Schiff. My boy. We talk all the time.
They're lying to you.
And yeah. So I posted something on there, and then Jared replied to it, and then we started just going back and forth on DMs a bit. Shout out Alex Jones too. And
Shout out to everyone on the planet that has ever been alive, for real.
but then we started
Right?
bullshitting, and I was like, yo, I know this is extremely short notice, but are you down to do a podcast tomorrow night? I feel like we could have some dope conversations. He was like, yeah. And then it just kind of happened. And then last night, you were like, so Rob, like, what are some like topics you guys talk about? I like to come prepared. So did you come prepared, Jared?
No, not at all.
Obviously, he had his coffee though.
I did bring my coffee. I thought about some things we could talk about.
All right. So
but-
first thing that comes to your mind right now.
Go. First thought.
That's
Absolute
Don't put
instinct.
me. Don't
Boom,
put me on the
boom,
spot like
boom,
that.
boom,
Don't
boom.
put me on. Well, I could talk about this because
Do it.
Gay
I was
frogs.
thinking about this on the way here.
Kind of retarded.
I've been like, I think we're all getting older. We're trying to discover who we are. But I was thinking how like maybe even a year ago, I would have been extremely reluctant to have said yes to come onto the podcast.
Yeah.
But
Why?
in the quest, because I, cared a lot with other people think
Opinions.
And, actually care about
Yeah.
other people's opinions. But as I get older, you start to realize that it doesn't fucking matter.
Fuck 'em.
And just wanted to try new things. I've never been on a podcast, and so I think it's pretty cool.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's that you came on here and instead of a year ago, you wouldn't have because you don't care about people's opinions, or is it because you care about their opinions, but you look more at the long run? Like if you go on a podcast, like it's weird in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then after a while, like, people are like, oh shit, he was on a podcast. Like, do you think it's because you transcended the other people's opinions, or is it because like you're just there's a more longer road to like not caring about people's opinions? Like in the beginning,
I think
like if
it's
you show
always-
like what you wear, like that's immediate, people get that. But like
Right.
what you do, people don't see that for a little while.
Well, to some degree, you're always going to care what other people think, and I'm maybe even a year ago, I probably still would have said yes, but back in the day, definitely wouldn't have. But I just wanted to try new things, and you kind of got me with that little.
Oh yeah, no, I just turned it up a little
I
bit.
kind of lost my train of
No,
thought.
my bad, my bad.
Yeah, just trying to try new things, and I don't. You can't care what other people think at the end of the day because it'll hold you back from so much. So
Yeah, that's exactly. I think I said this literally last episode. Yeah. This is the ending of last episode where it's like for the longest time I was just afraid to post shit on social media. It's like, is this going to look cool? Is this going to get enough likes? Are people going to comment? And then now it just got to the point where it's like, who gives a fuck? Like we're just doing this shit for fun. And then like everything else that I post, like those pictures, like me, you, and Colin.
Yeah.
Like I would have never posted that like a year ago, but like now it's just like now we're like
Libyan dogs, man.
Yeah, Libyan dogs. Yeah. But yeah, so like now it's just like, I feel like that's like a general thing. Like people that I feel like had some sense of I can't think of the term, but like some type of
cojones.
No.
Social awareness.
No. They had some type of like self-belief in them that they were different from like a pack or something, right? Like
Individualization.
Yeah, they have like some type of like individuality.
Black sheep.
No, not that deep, but like some type of like, all right, so I can tell that there's certain things that I do or think about that I don't think anybody else thinks about. And then for a little while, like tell me if I'm wrong. Do y'all like agree? Like
I'm on the same page.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I think individuality is
so
the
like,
word, but
and then I feel exactly. So so like it like simmered in our subconscious for so long, and then we finally got to the maturation of those subconscious thoughts, and it started to like come up into our conscious being, and it was like, who gives a fuck? Like I don't care, like, because I feel like it started like you started seeing other people do their shit, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Why aren't I doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So then it gives you an incentive of like, oh, I posted this and I didn't die. Like, there's nothing worse can happen, you know? Like,
right.
It's just crazy. Like, we're all like hitting that age, and like, and we talked about this before on another episode. Have you ever heard of like the 7-year cycle?
I think also other people's opinions, like, I think it's information, but it can't be your guide. Like, that cannot be your guide. Like, your inner voice is...
Say that again.
Other people, their opinions of you, that's like information, but that can't, like, your inner voice is the one that needs to guide you, and other people's voices are kind of just like noise.
Yeah, so there's a difference between taking external feedback. All right, so it's important to have external feedback, but internal validation. I think that,
like anything, there's a middle ground. You shouldn't absolutely not care what anyone thinks. You should have, me personally, I have a couple of people that are close to me. I really respect their opinion, and I take what they say and I go from there.
Grain of salt.
But at the end of the day, you have to be the one that determines if you're happy with what you're doing, and that's it. Like,
at the only person that matters.
Let me ask you a question.
At the end of the day, all you have is yourself, so you might as well be the happiest with yourself.
I want to ask you guys a more or less question. When people say like even just not right now, like what you're saying, but I'm saying like people on platforms, like individuals, like maybe famous artists or famous like influencers, right? They say like, oh, like I don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks. Like, you can't do that. Like, the thing that I've heard someone else like label that moment was like, oh, they're just putting out a front. Like, saying you don't give a fuck about what other people think is literally just, you actually do. You care more about it than you think, and you just want people to think you don't care. Is that? Do you think more people are like that, and more people actually just don't give a fuck? Like, is it a front or is it legit?
I think if you really don't give a fuck, then you don't need to say it.
You wouldn't say it.
You don't need validation. You don't need people to like, you don't need to prove to anyone because it's true to yourself.
But then there's also people out there that I feel like actually do mean it, like Gary V. You know what I'm saying? Where like
he's also trying to sell a product. He's a businessman.
What product? Exactly. What product?
Social media influence.
Exactly.
What does he sell?
He has VaynerX. He has all these companies, bro.
Yeah, but he doesn't sell any products to an individual. He sells products to like companies.
All right, well, his product you can't monetize. How about that? How about social media influence? You can't put a dollar sign on that. Well, maybe you can, but I think influence is his product.
You could brand yourself.
Power and influence.
Yeah, no, that's what he does. He just brands himself, but he's doing it in a way where it's like he's showing people like you can do this too. Like, he started off at like selling wine behind his dad's fucking wine store, you know?
Yeah.
And then he built that up. He started making content like this. He just fucking go on set up a camera and just talk about wine. And he did that for like years before it even got any traction, you know?
Yeah.
And then like now he's like got a couple million followers, and he posts like some pretty cool content, you know what I mean? Like it's like well put together and stuff. So it's like, I feel like that's like his thing, where it's like he doesn't care about like he could have easily branded himself and done all these sponsors and have posted like, oh, look at me drinking like a Bang energy drink. I'm not saying
Gary Vee is like the example of what I'm saying, the goal, because
I know, but I was just saying that's an example.
That's a great example, but I think there are a lot of, it's very often I could see that some people that think like, yeah, fuck what everyone thinks, and it's kind of like, I don't know, man. No, you don't walk the walk always.
I think people, like, at the end of the day, you're always gonna, to some degree, care about what people think. And I think, like, when it comes to like motivational stuff, I think me personally, like me saying, oh, I don't care what other people think. It's me putting it out to not only say this to other people, but to also remind myself. And that's a lot of a big aspect with anything motivational. Like, I could talk about this for days, and people are gonna say, oh, well, he's got his life together. No, I don't have my life together, but I'm saying this out loud because I want myself to hear it, and it helps me just as much as it helps the next person. So,
I
think that's a big aspect of saying things like that.
Reaffirming to yourself.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, affirming. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people. This is some crazy shit. I listened to someone talk on a microphone one time, and they were talking to an audience. They were like giving advice, and I was like, they're just talking to themselves. Like, they're really just talking to themselves. Yeah. And at first I was like, that's just immature and that's blind and like that's just complete arrogance. But then I was like, no, like it's a little more complicated than that.
But because like going through like, you know, like some trainings that I went through, right? Like that's actually like a point they talk on. It's like if you share your own story to the point of like the hero's journey of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that cycle,
Joseph Campbell.
Like, yeah. So it's like you have the initiation or the call to action, and then you have like the battle, and then
the
you
unknown,
have the triumph,
the friend, then you go into the unconscious, belly of the beast, and then you
Yep. So it's all that. So but like if you share a story, like a very personal story of that, like people relate to that because it's all like people's minds, they want to like
empathize.
relate.
They want empathy.
Yeah. No, they want to like, everybody to a degree is like very I guess for lack of a better word, like egocentric, where it's like they want to make it about them. So if you say tell a story where it was like I had trial and then I had like success, right? Something like
my favorite movies the past, maybe if you asked me, I have 2 favorite movies, like they're literally, I just realized the other day, I was like, holy shit, this is literally my life. Like my favorite movie for like 5 years, that's my life. The next one, the one that's like my favorite movie, like
that's why it's your favorite.
Whoa, yeah.
So it's like, so it's important because because even if they're like, I forget who said this too. It's like, I don't care if I'm speaking in front of like 100 people, like, or 100,000 people. If I change one life in the crowd, like that's all that mattered. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's like, I feel like what this is in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like that's really cool too. Like we don't know who the fuck actually watches. Like we just see a number, but like out of that number, like what if we did like spark something in somebody's mind? Like, we actually did. Remember like our friend, like actually a future guest, if you're watching this, shout out. I won't spoil it yet, but like, I think I told you a little bit, but there's this one person, he wants to go start his own podcast now about like Star Wars, like because he loves Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Like, isn't that cool? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about?
Well, because I saw it on Instagram. What's up, dude?
Oh, really?
How you doing?
What's up, dude? No, he's going to be a guest. I got to reach out to him after this. I forgot to text him today. But anyways, but yeah, no, isn't that cool? Like, I mean, that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but definitely there's some type of like initiate, like, or just like the straw that broke the camel's back or something and like go through with it.
So do you subscribe to The Secret of Living is Giving? I'm sure you've heard this quote many times. Tony Robbins quote.
Oh yeah, of course.
The Secret to Living is Giving. You subscribe to this?
I didn't subscribe to it, but I know what you're talking about.
You believe this.
Giving comes in many forms.
My bad. No, not actually subscribe, but
I thought there was like some type of like, I thought you meant like a channel or something.
Bad word, but
there's many forms. There's many forms.
Yeah, I mean like that's like, you know, like that's what that was, you know, that. And then Will and I like we did like a leadership training in Philadelphia that was all was based around like at a point like
I write to give, that's why I do it, really.
Yeah,
it's a cheat code. I think it's a cheat code for life, honestly. If you're not happy and you're
you ever seen Patch Adams?
You're gonna feel good.
Beginning Patch Adams, the story like the movie, because I don't know if it's his real story completely, it's not accurate, but it begins with him like being extremely depressed, and then he's like, he did like something very generous for Patch Adams, Robin Williams. He did something very generous for a stranger, and he's like, that was the best feeling I've had in my entire life.
That's actually Tony Robbins' story. You know that whole story? He was dead broke or something.
Janitor.
No, it wasn't that story.
Janitor.
Yeah, but he said, I forget how he started the story, but basically he was like dead broke. He had like $12 in his pocket or something. Like literally that was it, $12 in his pocket. Yeah. And he was like, I don't know what to do with myself, blah, 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 blah. And then he went out to dinner. Like you went to an like all you can eat buffet because like he was, you know the story?
Yeah, great story.
And then he went to an all you can eat buffet because like that's the most you can get like bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're broke, you can just eat whatever. So anyway, so he goes there, and then he said when he was walking in, he saw this little boy. Like he said he was probably like 10 years old or some shit, and he was like all dressed up. He was like well groomed, whatever, and he like opened the door for his mom and like pulled the chair out for his mom and like sat her down and like whatever. And then he said he just was like so inspired by that. He's like this is like a young gentleman, like that's amazing. And then he like I forget the exact, I'm like paraphrasing this, but he like went to the boy, he's like, that's very great of you to like do that for your mother, like that's amazing. And then or like that's nice you're taking that woman out for a date, whatever. And he's like, that's my mom or something like that. And then he's like,
mother complex.
And he's like, yeah, so that's another thing. But and then he goes like, that's very nice of you to take your mom out on a date like this. He's like, well, I didn't really take her on a date, I don't have any money. And he's like, well, you know what, here. And he like gave the kid his last $12 to pay for him and his mom's dinner. And then he said he felt like so fucking like rejuvenated. He said he literally ran home that day. And then later he said like the next day or the following day or whatever it was, like he got a letter in the mail of $1,200 that he forgot he lent somebody like months ago. And then the person was like, I'm so sorry for not getting this back to you sooner, but like here's like the $1,000 I owed you plus some extra. Yeah. And then like he just said like ever since then, like I firmly believe that like once you put out into the universe like that, you will receive. And like he said he doesn't care if it's true or not, but like he's like that, he lives by that.
You know what's crazy? I was listening to the Joe Rogan Alex Jones podcast months ago, like the second one, the one, he's wearing the NASA shirt, right? And they were talking about, Alex Jones was talking some shit about like I'm not
When
gonna
is
say,
he not?
I'm not going to say what specifically he was talking about because I want to protect my story, but he said some idea and it just gave me a story idea. And I'm like, I'm literally going to write a story about the whole, just a random thought, like a random moment in a conversation. But like inspiration and giving comes in many different forms.
Yeah. And I think I can only really speak from like a young man's perspective, but if you are a young man, you're feeling lost, you don't have motivation, you're not using social media and the internet to listen to these very motivational people speak about their life experience, I really think you're missing out, and it's something you need to get on ASAP. Read their books, listen to their podcasts.
You got to filter
listen to their audiobooks because take whatever
Jordan
it is
Peterson and Gary Vee had such huge influences on my life in little ways.
Exactly, and I'm sure it's all been positive, and without something like the internet or things like podcasts, you would have never been experienced to something like that. So
isn't that insane? Isn't that insane?
It's very crazy to think about.
Then that ties back into like the original thing I said, like everything's neutral. Like the internet is completely neutral, but how you choose to use it determines if you're going to end up in a better or worse position than you were yesterday, you know?
Exactly.
And this goes into another topic I felt like I talked about like last podcast. Yeah, it was last podcast. Us and Kyle Davis, we touched on a lot of shit, but there was a thing I said. It was like every single waking moment you're brainwashing yourself, whether it's the TV, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a song,
the people,
whether it's your environment, the people you spend like time with, you're constantly being brainwashed. But the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to consciously choose what you're going to brainwash yourself with. Is it going to be like a depressing, sad song where you're like,
right?
Or is it going to be like an uplifting, like, yo, I can rock this shit kind of song? Or is it going to be like a YouTube video that's like the world, like it's like nihilistic and shit? Or you're going to watch like something like
positive?
Yeah. So it's like being conscious of what you consume, both through your eyes and through your mouth. Like it's super,
right, which I personally recognize as an extreme blessing, because in recent history, like people weren't able to do that, and whoever was on that little box on the TV telling you how to think was how you thought. But we now have the freedom to literally look at any information and any.
But now they're trying to censor that.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Let's get into this.
Real talk. Let me say something.
Get into it.
I really, for a little bit of my life, I really had faith. Like I read something that said like, oh my God, like, you know, everything's moving from big companies to smaller things, like, oh, mass media, now it's turning into social media. And I was like, yeah, like, you know, like people are going to say what they really want and stuff. And then I saw like how much censorship is going on, and I was like, yeah, I lost faith again.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like that's what's great is that I feel like there's always a cycle of David and Goliath, you know? Like first it was like the big media, like you said, like television, like that's all there was. And then
it was radio. And then it was newspapers, and radio.
Exactly.
Then
so there's
TV.
Always something before that, like, and like in the 1500s, it was the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like, but now it's getting to the point where like every like this is just a general theme overall. Like, as time advances, like things are accelerating. So now, like instead of generational cycles, now we're seeing like decade cycles of shit like this. And 10 years ago, social media, you could literally post it, like you would see some fucked up shit on YouTube, you know? Like, but now it's gone to the point where that was like getting censored over the years, like 2013, 2014. Like I remember a lot of laws.
2014 was the year it all changed.
Yeah, right.
2014.
Right. Yeah. Like, wow. And then like now you're starting to see like all these other pages, like especially in the like now it's getting all politicized, which that's a whole nother fucking topic to get into. Hole. Yeah. But like, yeah, like, but my main point is like now we're seeing it like happen in our lifetimes multiple times, as opposed to like asking your grandpa what happened during like World War II. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're just, I think like humanity is like accelerating at such a rapid rate, and like we just don't know how to keep up with it. And I feel like that's like another thing, like that's like another issue that humanity has to come together on to find a solution, or a solution-esque thing to, if we want to survive as a species, you know. Like how do we comprehend, and how do we diagnose, problem solve, and have a solution for something at a rapid rate that we've never had to before, you know? And like I feel like that's exactly what's going on.
Can you say tools? Internet, like you got a problem, like you'd have to fucking go to corporate. Now it's like you literally you put like on the website, like they have like put your name, put your email, what's your problem, and they just like try and fix the bug. Like,
but I'm talking at like a grand scale, like
like major societal problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a society thing. I mean, it kind of has happened before. Things get too big and they crash.
Yeah, but like, well, like I'm agreeing.
I think no matter what, scales don't change. Like you think like, oh, because
it's logarithmic.
what I was saying was like, you think like maybe a problem is no, hear me out. You think like a problem is like, oh, it's like a generational problem. Like, you know, like everybody, all the baby boomers had this problem. They're like, oh my God, like, you know, like it's exponentially growing. The problems get smaller. Like because we're exponentially growing, our problems get exponentially either bigger or smaller. But it's like, no matter what, you could, if you look at something in a scale, you could look at anything else in the scale. Like if you think the baby boomers had a problem and like, oh, the problem's in a different form now, like it's not. We just have our own Generation Z problems. Like
I'm like
everything operates in scales. I'm saying like if you change, you can. Wait, I'm saying like if you look at go ahead.
Is that a rebuttal to what I was saying, or is that like just an add-on?
Because I'm not exactly sure what you were saying, but
okay, that's what I wanted to get to. Like, was I not clear enough?
Like exponential growth and exponential change. I agree, but there's also like if you measure a problem or something that happens in scales, it's like those things may change in scale over time. Like, okay, like, you know, World War II, 4 or 5 years, right? 6 years, whatever. It's like, and you may be like, okay, there's like cyber warfare going on and all that stuff happens in the span of hours, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, but there's still a war that's going on in 5 years. Like, I'm just trying to say things operate in scales and things are exponentially changing, but you could still measure things in time the same way.
So I guess hearing where you're at from what I said, just to clarify what I was saying, I wasn't saying like issues got bigger, issues got smaller. I was just saying a lot more shit happens a lot more quickly, and it's gotten to the point
where it's more saturated.
No,
that it happens more quickly, or that we recognize it more quickly.
That
more
as
aware.
Well, that as well. So
it's more coverage.
So it's more. All right. So I'm talking from like a complete like the outmost grand view of things, where humanity itself is accelerating at such a fast rate. Like if you took somebody from like the year 1600 and plopped them in the year 1200, they would be like fine. They would just be like, why is everybody speaking weird? You know, like that was the only advancement really, like language.
Okay.
But if you took somebody from today, or if you took somebody from like 1800, the same time, wait, what did I say?
It's kind of like people that go to jail and they come out.
14, no, well, yeah. So what was that? 400 year difference? All right. So 400 years ago, you took somebody from 1600, instead of putting them in 1200,
you're saying we're evolving at a more rapid pace than we have.
So you take somebody from 1600 and plop them in front of this, there would be like, what is this witchcraft? But like now,
blasphemy.
But now it's like, even if you took somebody from 1950 and plopped them in front of this, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Right.
So imagine, so like, that's what I'm saying. Or even if you took us like a year ago and you plopped us, or maybe not a year ago, but maybe like
when we were in fifth grade,
5 years ago. If you took us like 5 years ago.
Are you asking what the solution to
I'm not asking the solution. I'm saying what humanity needs to do at this current point is to realize that we are accelerating at such a rapid rate, and we have to level up our consciousness, I guess you can say, to the point where we can comprehend, understand, diagnose, figure something out, and implement at a higher rate than we ever have before.
Do you think that's harder for people to do now because everything's happening so much faster? Like not everything, but I mean, like social media, immediate gratification.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like there's all these like things are happening so fast that like our fucking million-year-old brain is like what the fuck is happening? So it's like that's like our next evolution as a humanity.
I have an answer for that. Patience. And you learn patience as you get older because your perception of time changes as you grow older. So you learn patience because things take a lot longer.
Based.
Okay. Hey, I haven't learned it. I'm just saying.
Well, I think what scares me when it comes... Go ahead.
This is just a one-liner. I feel like patience isn't something you learn. It's a practice.
Yeah, but like kids don't have patience. I'm saying you understand you understand and you could apply it better as you get older, I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm agreeing. Like, yeah, no, we're
I think we're expanding off each other.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Expansion.
That's exactly what's happening. But
what were you going to say, Jared?
Yeah, what were you going to say, Jared?
Tell me, Jared. Tell me everything you know.
I just think we're like in unprecedented territory. And the way I took your question was like, what do we do about these like problems that are arising in how you feel? You think it's there's more problems occurring at a higher rate. I think we're just noticing them more. But what scares me the most is that people are looking for external solutions to their problems. I need someone else to decide for me how to solve this problem. So
immature minds
totally
make immature decisions that lead to adult consequences. Shout out to my sociology
again, what
teacher.
scares me the most about our society as a whole is how people look for, again, these extell what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I think it's easier
authorities to solve their own.
It's easier to track like that because if all my monsters are within, I can't see them. But if I actually put it out there and or maybe the solution is out there, I think it gives them a better sense of control. Like going to counseling, like that is like trying to swim. That's like trying to get a boat through a storm that's invisible. Like everything's invisible. But if you actually try and solve your problems with a more physical, I guess, attempt. It's like people think like they could see it, they can hold it, like they can grasp it more.
Well, let me
I'm saying why they do it.
Let me try to use like an example. Like I'm trying to think of like a modern problem right now. Like I don't know, something.
Tobacco, using jewels.
Sure. Okay, so
addiction,
using jewels and tobacco, right? Like a lot of people would say, well, how are they going to solve this for us? Who's going to fix this?
How am I going to fix my addiction? I need to get a better addiction.
Why can't the conversation be... No.
Yeah.
Why can't the conversation be, how am I going to fix it? Not how are they going to fix it? How am I going to fix it? The point I'm getting at is the individual versus the collective.
Yes.
And I think right now, too many people are on board with the collective is more important than the individual.
Look what happens when you politicize.
I think it's very scary.
Look what happens when you politicize the media. Everything becomes about like the state and what can the state do for me. And it's like, there's so many sacrifices that happen when you look at the collectivism of the state view.
That's another thing too. It's like I don't feel like there's ever been a moment in history to like exactly what we're experiencing right now, where like there's people begging on Twitter the government, like, I need a $2,000 check, not a $600 check. It's like, how about you get no fucking check at all and you figure some shit out? I hate like okay, does that sound like the only reason why that sounds like it's harsh or like shut the fuck up, like,
because it doesn't have context.
No, well, it's that. Well,
because you understand the ramifications of when the collective is more important than the individual, or
there's mob rule, or like,
just read the history
mob
books, man.
Ideology rule. And
just go on YouTube, type in Academy of Ideas, listen to their videos. You'll just hear them out.
What did you say?
Academy of Ideas on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but what was I about to say?
Well,
ramifications of asking for checks and shit.
So like, I feel like, all right, so what I initially said was like, there's people begging for $2,000 checks instead of $600 checks. It's like, how about you get no check at all and you just figure something out where you don't have to rely on the government for monetary stability. And then I started to say, like, you know what, I hate how like even like internally, as I know, like that's like how it should be. It's like even engraved in me when I don't even believe in the ideology that sounds harsh. You know, isn't that insane? Like, there's still like that like murkiness of like me saying that. It's like, I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, and it's also because you haven't been in that swamp, in that environment. Like people that grew up on welfare are like, bro, like you don't understand, like we need that help. Exactly. Like people can't help themselves. Yeah,
we need that help.
But like, then imagine if there wasn't that safety net. Like what? Like
they would die.
What? No,
they might die off, bro. People in those situations lean on the collective a lot more. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying they're more ingrained to leaning on each other.
But then what it's allowing, like the invincible way.
Yeah.
What would he say?
What would he say? I don't fucking know. He's just some guy on the Instagram.
Yeah, I know, but
that's a good point.
But like, it's like, this goes back into, remember like a couple episodes ago where I was like, World War II killed off like strong genes.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
So like, back in World War II, like all the front,
all the alphas died.
Like, in a sense, yeah.
Wouldn't the alphas have survived the firefights though? Wouldn't they have killed all the Germans?
No, because they would be on the front line, just putting their lives at risk. And
no, that's the pawns. The pawns go first. Those are the pawns. The pawns are cannon fodder.
Relatively, like, okay, is there going to be like I'm just
rebuttaling you to death right now.
I know, but like, is there going to be some like minority of cases where like things blended? Of course, but like the main point is like a lot of genes died off during the world wars on either side, like not even just American like side of things. But tying that back into like now,
World War I.
So like tying that back into now, it's like, okay, now instead of just killing off stronger genes, we're incentivizing weakness to prolong itself in society. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What are the traits in society that we harp on the most and make the most important?
Freeloaders.
I think trauma and weakness.
Freeloaders.
I know there's a term for this, but I just think it's very evil when there is an institution that is incentivizing people not to work, is incentivizing people to do nothing with their lives.
Your spirit.
Yeah,
I felt
it's not a good way to live your life.
Okay, but is there people that are actually disabled and they can't do shit? Of course. Like, and like, would they need assistance? Of course. But then if like, there's like systems in place where like people are taking advantage of like, oh, I'm just gonna plop out like 7 babies just to up my like welfare check. You know what I'm saying?
People that could work right now,
like that. Like,
even though COVID's going on, like there have been things that have been lifted since like the worst of times. It's like people could hear me out. People have been staying on unemployment even though they don't have to be.
You know, I never.
And that's their choice, but.
And all right, so like
there are prices to that in a society. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, I know, but I knew you weren't. But it was just like intentional, it was unintentional.
Cynic.
But like, just to like put it out there, like how much I believe in that too. Like what I was just saying, like I haven't taken a single dollar from the government aside from like my tax returns. Like I didn't take one stimulus check. I didn't take unemployment during the pandemic. And so, like initially back in March, I was supposed to start selling cars at a car dealership. But then the same week I was about to start was the COVID lockdown. And they were like, yeah, sorry, buddy. Like we don't know what the fuck to do with you. Like we'll get back to you in like 2 weeks. Remember when it was supposed to be 2 weeks
to flatten the
Yeah,
curve.
it's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, so like, or we'll reach back out in 2 weeks, just like hang tight. And then I was like, okay. 2 weeks go by, no sign of the light at the end of the tunnel. So I was like, fuck. And then a month goes by. I was like, all right, fuck. And then, so I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I had two options at hand: find what was available for a job or take government money. I started working at Amazon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's always something there to do, like that you don't need to rely on the government for.
Yeah, we have finite resources and infinite wants. So there's always a way.
Shout out T. Kurt.
Yeah, there's always a job. Then I'm like, okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate because I was in a class, a sociological type of class called social problems, and I heard a lot. I used to be I had very similar dialogue as you, and my teacher kind of like played the devil's advocate because he's from a very different background than me, and he really opened my eyes to like there are people where their challenges and they're very different than yours, or they may be seen as harder than yours. I don't think they're harder. I think economically, someone could have maybe harder or different challenges than me, but I don't think anybody's problems are harder or worse than others. I think they're just different.
Yeah,
but like
but what
I was trying to say was like, there be people that like, okay, they may need government assistance, but you don't. Like, they have different types of bills.
Okay,
different people that can pay for their bills or not.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't want to say I don't respect people like that, but there's always going to be those people. Well, I can't do it because I got this and I got that. Stop saying that. Just whatever your dream is, whatever it is that you want to do, that's you. You can pick up at any time and do whatever you want with your life. Stop letting
I agree.
outside sources and I got this and I got that and this happened to me. Letting that determine how you're going to live your life.
It's a victim mindset.
It's a victim mindset.
I agree.
Yep.
And as harsh as it sounds,
episode 4. I just say wait.
it's the truth. It's a harsh reality. Sorry, Rob.
No.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as both of you. I'm just trying to play both angles.
No, 100%.
Appreciate that.
But like exactly what you're saying, this reminds me of like something else. I feel like when I'm in podcast mode, like my brain just instantly remembers everything I've ever said on a podcast. So episode 4 with Joe Pepe. Stop. No, we know who the real Sonny is. But anyway, like regardless of race, regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of background, regardless of where you live, like it really just comes down to two questions. Do you believe you can, or do you believe you can't? And like that's really it. And then what's really important is if you believe you can't, why?
You're right usually.
Why? Yeah, no. What's the quote?
Will Smith. Those who say they can and those who say they can't are both usually right.
Yeah,
that's Will Smith.
Exactly. So like that's really what everything comes down to. It's like, like if you asked me like a year ago, like could I like edit something? You know, like I'll probably be like, yeah, I kind of. But like now, if you ask me, like, yeah, I can. Like, and it's because those initials I can, or the initial I cans, set me up to a place where I forced myself to learn a skill. I forced myself to produce a product, and I forced myself to get better over time. You know, if I just constantly said right off the get-go, no, I can't do that, I wouldn't, this wouldn't exist, you know? And like that, I'm sure everyone feels that on like an individual basis of like, all right, if I never said that first, I can, or I will, I feel like that's more important. I will.
If your mind never went down that neural pathway, this wouldn't have happened. This real pathway wouldn't have happened.
I'm also sure you feel a lot better about yourself. You have
100%.
A billion percent. Like
because
confidence.
You set a goal. There was something you didn't know how to do. You worked your ass off, and now you know how to do it. And now you could look back and have some confidence and really look at yourself in a good light, instead of if you would have just said, "Oh, I can't do this," and now a year later you're looking back, "Damn, I really wish I could have edited videos."
The biggest thing I feel like drives me, and like I feel like I learned this from Gary Vee, because I remember watching this video. Like I specifically remember sitting down and like watching this video, and it was a longer format video because it went really in depth with it. But he said, like, you know how you usually always gets the questions of like, oh, like I feel like I missed it, or like I'm too old now, like I should have started. But like up until you're fucking like 50, you're still young to start something. You know what I mean? And then, but he started going, he's like, you know what you should do? Go to a retirement home, ask a 90-something year old what they wish they would have done, and see the regret in that person's eyes. Like that should fucking eat you alive. Like that's the biggest.
Memento mori is my biggest motivation. Yeah, I was doing that before Mac Miller.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying I pioneer it, but
no, but he
made it. He popularized it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like I feel like after that video, like that was like something like big that stuck with me. It's like why, like I can like envision myself, like I'll like close my like some like psycho shit, like close my eyes and like imagine myself like even like not even like when I'm 90, but even when I'm like fucking 40 and like I'm doing something, it's like, all right, 20 years from now, like, or 18 years from now, like if I look back to where I'm at now, would I regret if I don't do this, you know?
And you have to believe it before you see it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, well, yeah, that's a different angle too, what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like imagine, all right, so imagine the night when us three were together, right? Remember in his basement?
Yeah, I just casually walked in and said, podcast, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, but like, I forget, it doesn't matter who said it first, but like it was something we talked about like before.
Yeah.
And then I guess you two talked about
I
before.
reaffirmed it.
And then like, it was just like this thing and it just kind of like, it was like, do, and then it just like clicked. And then from that moment, like I knew it had to happen because like, what are the odds for one? What are the odds?
Synchronicity.
That we stayed friends for this long, and what are the odds that we all have the same idea to do, and what are the odds that we are still living in the same exact area after all this time? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it didn't happen, like it would be the complete most fuck you to myself from the future. You know what I'm saying? So like the future, like I'll look back and be like, yeah, my 21-year-old self just said fuck you to me right now. You know, like I
Jared,
think like that.
Imagine yourself when you're at 70 and you could talk to your 21-year-old self. What do you think you would tell
I do
him?
this all the time. Oh, remember my
That's
workshop?
a tough question.
Remember my workshop?
I want to hear what Jared has to say.
I don't know. I really don't know if I have a good answer for that. I hope that by the time I'm 70, and if I make it to 70, that I'm proud of the things I've done and I've accomplished the things I wanted to accomplish.
What would you tell him? 21-year-old Jared.
He has to find that first.
Yeah, that's I like that answer. Yeah. You have to find it. Like a big thing that I learned over the last I think everyone's in self-improvement mode after this whole COVID situation. I'm sure everyone had
silver lining.
Exactly. So everyone had like some type of depression or some type of they weren't feeling good about themselves because
Reset button.
You're forced to be locked in your house. You can't do anything. It's obviously you're gonna feel like that, right?
Yeah.
So everyone talks about like do whatever makes you happy, like whatever your passion is, just go for it, right? But everyone likes to talk about passion, but nobody likes to talk about that first word, finding it, right? So it's like, find your passion, but let's hone in on the word find.
Exactly.
To find your passion, you have to go out and you have to try things, and you have to not be afraid to try new things and put yourself out there and figure out. And again, find your passion. Everyone just thinks, oh, one day you're just going to be sitting there and there's going to be a light bulb over your head and boom, I know what my passion is. I know what I was born to do. No. And that was me for a little bit. I'm saying this because that was me for a little bit. But then once I started going out, trying new things, figuring out what I like, that's when I felt like, now I'm finding my passion. Now I'm feeling good about myself. Now I feel like I'm growing. But
right there with you. Yep.
I think passion is a middle ground between central themes and purposes and things you do that go across many different things you do and physically doing things. Like my purpose or my passion is not acting. My purpose or passion, like I guess my passion you could say, is whatever I do when I'm acting, and acting just a way that I do it. It's kind of like the idea of purpose. It's like your purpose, you can't find your purpose as a fucking job. Like you're born as a human being. Like you're not meant to do this or meant to do that. It's like you're meant to do certain things and you can find an avenue to do it. Like acting is not perfect. It's not a perfect translation between who I am, how I feel, and what I'm meant to do. It's the closest thing I've found to that truth to me.
Right.
So like passion is kind of like a meeting ground for me.
All right. Maybe I'm using purpose and passion in the same way.
I'm just expanding.
Right. I just, again, like the whole point I was trying to make was finding it. Like I feel like there's a lot of people who are just like, you're lucky, man. You know what you want to do.
Just gotta soul search, man.
And man, it's like, no, you didn't. And at some point, no matter who it was, whether it was Derek Jeter picking up a baseball for the first time and figuring out that was his passion, he had to try it at some point. There was a point in his life where he had never done that before. And he tried it and he figured it out that's what he loves to do. And I think more people need that mentality to go out and try new things. That's the only way you're going to know.
I couldn't agree more. Straight up.
I like that.
And these are the things they don't teach you. Like these are the things you got to learn on your own.
It's not
in school. Teach you that shit in school.
But like, it's not even something you can teach.
No, it is. I think it is.
No, like it's something you can tell somebody. Like I've done this.
Right.
Other people have
and
done
not
this.
everyone's going to listen. Not everyone's going to listen either.
But make aware of.
Not everyone's going to listen either.
But it's that. But
it takes
one of those things where it's like, you can read as many books as you want. You can watch as many motivational videos as you want. You can watch as many tutorials. That's not where I was going, but you can watch it. You can consume as much as you want, but unless you put action to it, like you're not going to be anywhere more further than you were before. You know, so like that. I feel like that's where I'm speaking from experience as well. Like for a long time, I would just be like fucking it's called mental masturbation, you know, like you just fucking watch all these videos and get all hyped up in your chair, right? And then you'd read all these books and you're like, or you would get that dopamine rush when you buy a new self-help book, and then what happens? You read a few chapters, it sits on the shelf, and then you forget about it. You know,
it's a tool at the end of the day, and what you do with it is what matters.
So so it gets to the point where it's like, okay, are you? Because for a long time, and I feel like I finally started figuring this part out, but it's like, at what point are you actually doing these things, like watching these videos, reading these books, or going to these seminars and like at what point is it actually serving you, or are you just tricking yourself?
I think it's all fear that stops you. You can go to conferences and all that shit. And it's something Gary Vee said, I heard. He said, like, getting a mentor, getting the right books, going to college. He's like, a lot of those things is like, you're just delaying the process of actually doing it, putting it out there.
Yeah. That's exactly, you know, like
100%.
Like that goes into like, are you just tricking yourself? Like, oh, I'm not ready yet, I need to learn more.
You're
like,
not taking a chance. You're procrastinating in a very eloquent way.
Yeah. So, and like, that's like a common theme with like with smart people, you know, like, because like I would do that too. Like I would do like some like things where like, oh, like I'm going to do it in this like kind of way because I know this is going to happen, but it's going to look like it wasn't intentional. So like that way, like I don't have to take a fault for this like reason or something. You know what I'm saying? So like with my workshop, right?
Yeah.
Right. Nobody's ever heard this before. This is actually weird. But for this workshop, remember like how I needed to hit 30 people there?
Yeah.
Right. And for some reason, I was like, oh my God, 30 people is like so many people. Like I'm nervous about speaking in front of that many people, like for my own thing, you know,
really like saying shit that you never said before.
Yeah. So like, I was like, okay, but like subconsciously it's like, how do I set myself up for failure, but like still make it look like I tried?
Damn.
Right.
Fuck, man. You got me. I thought about that before.
So it's like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold my event in Philly because I know that's going to be a far drive for a lot of people. And like not a lot of people will want to make that out.
Do you know John Bones Jones?
No.
He said every time before a fight, like the week before, he would get bomb drunk. He's like, so if he lost, he could always fall back on, well, I still got bomb drunk.
I love that, actually.
I think it's brilliant.
I love that.
But you better be fucking careful for
Rob,
a game like that.
Finish your point.
So like basically
set it up in Philly.
So like I did it in Philly, and then like guess how many people rolled through? 27. Right. So like even so it was at the point where like I still like I was fucking 3 more people wouldn't have made a big difference anyway, but I still fucking did it, and I still had the videos. Like I never did anything with, but I had some pretty valid points. You were there, and you're supposed to come, but then called tire. Pause, remember?
What you call it?
So wait, can you go in deeper about what you mean about you were setting yourself up for failure and why?
So like so it's like
you don't got to go too deep. Just on the surface.
I will.
Why would you do something like that?
I will, because at the time I didn't. I mean, for I guess the most basic, or what is it, layman's terms, right?
Yeah, layman's terms.
That's the saying.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't believe in myself.
Is it because you didn't really want to do what you were doing? Well, you didn't want to go the next step. You wanted to stop there.
That was another thing. I was kind of just like throwing in like wrenches in the system. You know, like fuck.
Wasn't that like a step to like defend your ego in case you did fail? Is that what you mean by that?
Ooh. Yeah,
no.
Yeah. That may not be the case, but like that's interesting.
That's what that sounded like to me, and that's what like.
I mean, maybe
guy said
you know what,
you get drunk the day before, and he'd fall back on it, so
because he doesn't put any. Yeah.
Hold himself.
But like, but okay, I can see where you're coming from, but like, I'm trying to like remember my subconscious 4 years ago, but I don't think it was that, but I could see why you'd think it's like that, because then you could like say like, oh, I was in control of my failure. And like that's like
not even necessarily that,
but I know, but like that's,
I'm just trying to bring it back to the surface for that person who's watching and has a goal, and just like you're saying, like I just don't get what the motivation was to, like you said, it was a subconscious thing.
It was a subconscious thing, or like it was like that intermediary subconscious conscious thing where like I was aware of it, but I just like ignored it, but like I still did it. Yeah, I couldn't say it. Like I never told a single soul this until just now. Like that's what went on my mind. Yeah. But like I said, like I've gotten to the point where I just don't give a fuck anymore. So it's like whatever. But like you said, like this is important for people. Like you never know who like have similar thought patterns like this, and then saying my experiences, and then and then
what the fuck? Where do we go?
Interrupting the pattern. Now I got your attention again. Welcome back. So I think it was like just a subconscious thing at its core of like I didn't believe in myself enough where like I could make this happen, and then if it did happen, it's like
what if?
Like
oh fuck! What if you can't
wait. I couldn't accept praise.
Or you're scared of your potential.
Interesting.
I couldn't accept praise. So I would
bro, because it's uncomfortable. You're the center of attention, bro.
No, like it's not even like I have no problem being in front of people. I have no problem.
What is it then?
For actually accomplishing something, because then
you're scared of your potential.
No.
Say
well, no. What it was like, all right. So like thinking, like when I come up with an answer, I keep thinking like, all right, then why?
What's the fear?
Why?
Come on.
So what? Being able to maintain it.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, bro.
That's what it was. That's
me as a baseball player.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't purposely fail, but like, bro, my biggest, I was afraid going up to bat every single at bat of my entire life. Once I got up there, I was fine. But bro, I was more afraid, and it's weird, after I got a hit. Because I was like, oh, I'm up here. I could fall. I'm on first base. I get thrown out a second. I fucking next at bat, I'm out. Dude, oh man, bro.
But like that's really what it came down to. Like, all right, so to break down the train of thought again. Okay,
the higher the climb, the worse the fall, bro.
All right, so like just for this specific story, I needed to have 30 people in a room. I set myself up for failure because like I knew, like, what if I did get that? I was afraid if I did get that I didn't want the praise. Why didn't I not want the praise? Because if I got the praise, then I felt like I needed to meet that expectation, if not exceed it the next time. And then if I did that, then what if I failed then? Like, what if I had all this momentum and I failed further down the line? Like, that would be such a harder hit than if you failed the first time. So I just took the hit the first time.
How do you get through that? What's the breakthrough?
Let me ask the next question, because again, I want to make this applicable to people watching. Like, what'd you learn from that? And what can you tell someone who's like feeling the same way?
So yeah, welcome to Work in Progress podcast. This is your host, Jared Nicastro.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. No, I like this.
I apologize.
No. Yeah, don't apologize. This is fucking amazing. So say that again, please.
Like make it applicable to the person that's feeling the way you were. Like, what did you learn from setting yourself up for failure, and what would you tell a person who would possibly do the same thing?
Okay, so
that they don't do that.
Stand on the shoulders of giants. You got to tell them.
No. Okay. So again, to completely just to set this up in a way where you understand it, to see if it can relate to you, I'm just going to give you the structure to it, and then you can plug in your own parameters. Basically, it was the sense of fear of being able to maintain some type of praise. So initially, like off the get-go, you just set yourself up for failure. So that way, down the line, you felt like it would be easier to take the failure or the hit off the first jump, as opposed to having 5 successful jumps and then failing on the 6th one, metaphorically speaking.
And it's also an accident if you get successful, which is a lot less vulnerable.
So that's
than if you actually did it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So overcoming that, to a degree, I still, like I was just about to say too, like with my current job, like I feel I still have that like in me, where it's like, because like I've been like performing really well at my job, and like I've been getting a lot of recognition for it, and like that's still like a thought that I think about, like driving there and driving home. It's like, okay, fuck, like am I going to be able to do this tomorrow? Or like driving home, or like, oh fuck, am I going to be able to like keep this up today? And really what it comes down to is just like, oh wow, okay, like I didn't realize, like subconsciously, like I what I've been doing, I was like, while I'm speaking, I'm like trying to think like, what do I do? Make
it the norm.
But like, no. Well, that okay. So yeah, there's 2 things. Why that actually just made me think of another thing. First was, I learned this from Chris Lee. This is something that I remember sharing with him. He's a really dope dude. I feel like I'll give you his stuff. You would like his content. But so Chris Lee, I was speaking with him, and then I forget exactly what I was saying, but that doesn't really matter. But like basically what he told me to do, he's like, all right, so whenever those thoughts come up, it's literally as simple as saying in your mind to yourself, next. If the thought doesn't serve you, next. What are you going to replace? For me, it's replace. What are you going to replace? Like I have a negative thought, and it's like, or I have a feeling, and I'm like, what am I going to replace it with? What am I going to affirm instead of deny myself? So it's like putting yourself. Okay, so this is you, right? Oh God. What am I doing? I just went Jordan Peterson. Okay, so like this is you, like, right? This is yourself, and then like you have like your background thought of like observing yourself, but then as soon as but most people identify
Slave becomes the master.
Most people identify themselves with this first layer of thought of themselves. But what he taught me with that next idea is putting yourself behind that initial layer of thought, and then identifying with this, like you're observing the observer observing you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, awareness.
Yeah, so that's like super psychedelic and then so it's like super conscientious like thought. And the second thing that you said that made me think of like, okay, what is it? And I remember talking to somebody at work about this. He was like, yeah, like he was a high performer as well. And he would consistently hit like 4 or 5 ish, like of course, like with give or take some appointments daily. Like he would, I'll explain to you what my job is too, so you know what I'm talking about. But so he would consistently hit like 4 or 5 ish, give or take 1 or 2 daily. And he was like, okay, I understand like that is like my norm, but I need to set reaffirm to myself that isn't my norm. That's like the low end of shit, because then that way I can hit higher numbers daily. And I was like, yeah. So, and then I told him, I was like, oh, like that reminds you, like, you know what a paradigm is? He's like, that's exactly what it is. And I remember the first time I heard about what a paradigm was watching Bob Proctor in your basement on YouTube. Remember that? So basically what a paradigm is like,
it's a plateau in a way, right?
It's autopilot, right? It's
expectations.
No, it's just autopilot.
Yeah.
So like when a plane's going on a course, and then all of a sudden a wind gust happens, the plane just goes right back to where it was.
Yeah.
And then there hits some turbulence, but then autopilot brings it right back where it was.
Yeah.
The paradigm in your mind, that's your autopilot. So if you consistently tell yourself like, I remember watching a story. It was like, if you can, like if a 300-pound person, like their paradigm is 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. Like every single aspect of that person sets them up to a way where their paradigm is 300 pounds. The way they eat, the way they exercise, the way they move, like what their daily activities are. And in order to change that paradigm, like not even in order to lose the weight first, you have to change that paradigm first. So it's like I'm a healthy, vibrant, 180-pound runner. Like you have to change that, and you have to get that so deep into your subconscious, because you can lose like 30 pounds. But then your paradigm starts to kick back. Your autopilot starts to lift you back up, and you're like, fuck. And next thing you know, you're back at 300, right?
So how long do you have to go at the goal weight until your paradigm is that?
That's like
you just keep
technical.
doing it for years.
That's technical, and that's like individual basis.
Okay.
Like that's just something like paradigm is like the base thing. Like you need to adjust before. Like it's a fucking thermostat.
Yeah,
it's a thermostat.
100%.
You decide. Okay, it's like a little bit or like whatever. So like say you set your thermostat to 70 degrees. All of a sudden it starts getting really fucking cold out. It's going to draw heat out of the house.
Yeah.
But then the thermostat recognizes, oh shit, now it's 65 degrees. Kick on the heater.
What do you two think about that? You two have been very good listeners.
No, I just like to go back to Rob's initial point. I was wondering if you would say that if you had removed expectation of the outcome, if that would have been like better for you. If instead of like worrying about, am I going to hit 30 people? Like you just honed in on, I'm gonna fucking work my ass off at getting as many people as there as possible.
Get the next one.
If 20 people show up and I don't hit 30, you know what? So what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna feel good about that. I put 120% into getting as many people here as possible. I'm just trying to keep it on the surface without.
Okay, so I see where you're coming from, but that wasn't it at all.
Or is that a lesson that you could have possibly?
So like internally, I knew I could hit 30 people. I just made it harder for myself to hit 30 people, because I knew if I made it harder for myself, it would give me a bigger chance of failure at first. So that way, if I just fail like flat out at first try, I can just say, well, I gave it a try, you know? And then that way but it still ties into what you said. If I remove the expectations, it just wasn't the expectation of what you're saying. Like I knew regardless, like if I really fucking tried hard enough, like I half-assed and I still got 27 people in there, you know? And so I knew if I really did try, I could have got easily more than that. But my expectation was it's such a weird fucking dynamic in my mind where it's like I know I'm capable of it, but the only so the conversation prior, and it's still a little bit there now, but it's definitely like not nearly as severe, is I know I'm capable of a lot of stuff, but what I'm most afraid of is being able to maintain it, like I said. So it's like, so I would just initially set myself up to fail the first time, so that way I just get it done and over with and just move on to the next thing. And like that was like another thing, like where that was like a fucking life, like fucking experience, just hopping around shit and like never doing anything. And then like that's I feel like that's what it is, man. Like asking like what you said to like if people were in the same position, what to tell them, like, bro, it gets fucking tiring. It gets fucking tiring. Like there's just so many like you're literally just wasting it. Like, okay, cool, you can be doing cool shit. Like I did a fucking workshop. I did fucking like I had a fucking pizzeria at a point or something. I did landscaping, but like
the effort,
even landscaping, bro. Like
what's tiring? Can you answer the question? What's
tiring is just consistently
the effort,
putting in the effort, but like still knowing that you're not putting in enough effort to truly succeed. You're giving it enough effort to say that you tried. You're like that. You're at that threshold, right? And when you fail, you can say, "Oh, at least I tried." But there's only so many times you can do that. And
I think there's nothing kind of related, but non sequitur. I think there's nothing stronger than momentum or flow.
Yeah.
You dictate the flow sometimes, but it's kind of like Tao. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like, all right, so in a way, I was thinking about writing a lot, and I was like, having willpower is actually really weak compared to flow. Like flow is kind of like consistency over time. Like how do you destroy a rock? You don't break it. You fucking let water weather that bitch down for a long time. Yeah. So I think consistency and not consistency, maybe, I guess. Consistency is a way to access flow, but flow and momentum are stronger than a lot of things that you think you have control over. And I think that lets go of control, but simultaneously you're in control. I don't know how to explain it. It's just Tao.
So I think momentum is everything, and we really underestimate the power of momentum. And I think if I could segue this to talk about myself a little bit. Is that cool?
Please do.
Of course, like you're the guest. Of course.
I've been waiting for you to talk about Jared Nicastro.
Listen, I have in my opinion, have a very boring life, but I'm going to try to apply something that I've done recently to help people out there, because whatever. I think at the end of the day, we live life in states, right? I think
in what?
States.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like one moment you're in a happy state, the next moment you're in a sad state, you might be in a depressive state, whatever.
Yeah.
So during the whole pandemic, as I was talking about, I'd felt like I was in the most depressive state I'd ever been in my life. So I'm like, okay, and I'm searching for answers.
I feel a lot of people
can probably relate to that. I felt like I was searching for answers, and I was, again, watching a lot of motivational stuff and whatnot. And one thing that really hit home was like Joe Rogan. Again, why I like him so much is he makes everything very simplistic. And he said, to use the word simplistic, and he's like, at the end of the day, just set a goal, accomplish that goal, and you will feel good about yourself. So then I sat there, I'm like, what's something that I don't think I can do, but I'm going to, set it out there and do it.
That's a great way to start.
So I'm like, okay. I look at, I don't know if you guys saw, but I ran a half marathon.
I saw that.
In November.
I saw that.
So I'm going to tie into this.
I want to do that too. Actually.
I hate running. I've always hated it. Really? And when it comes to like physical challenges, I'm pretty confident. Like when it comes to like weightlifting and stuff like that.
You're an athletic dude.
To a degree, I'm not the most, but I could go to the gym 6 days a week easily. I've been doing it since I was 16 years old. It comes very natural to me. Yeah. But running was something that I was always very scared of, because I didn't think I'd be good at it. So I set this goal. I'm like, you know what? I looked up, how many half marathons are left in New Jersey. Are they still doing them with COVID, whatever? This is 3 a.m. I wake up. I'm like, I've been talking about this for too long. Let's just sign up. I didn't even own running shoes. So I wake up again, 3 a.m, 6 weeks was the last half marathon in New Jersey. I'm like, okay, this is a start. Sign up, pay the $100, whatever, go back to bed. The next day, I woke up, went straight to the store, bought a pair of running shoes, and then I could have gotten stuck. I could have said, I don't know how to do this. I need someone who's going to tell me how to do this. What did I do? I went on Google, how to run a half marathon. There was an 8-week intermediate training thing. I was already in decent shape at the time. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to start at week 3 and I'm just going to go to week 8. I'm just going to cut it down to 6 weeks and do it. And that's what I did every day. That was my goal. You know what? Get up. Even if I wasn't doing anything else that day, I felt good about the fact that I got up and went for a run and did something that I didn't think I could do.
You know what's crazy about momentum though? It feels like for a lot of times you create flow and you create momentum, and at some point the line gets blurred between, am I choosing this or is this choosing me? Like, am I choose like momentum is strong and flow is strong, but it sounds like, especially in the beginning, because it's hard, you had to keep choosing and choosing. But at some point, you keep choosing, and then the choice makes itself, and it's kind of becoming your unconscious, and you're making your norm.
Forming habits. You have to.
I guess it's like in the beginning, like it's very hard. It's very hard. You have to keep choosing and choosing, and then at some point, you don't have to. At some point, you don't keep choosing anymore. It's kind of becomes, I guess, your paradigm.
It's the resistance breakthrough. Like there's resistance to anything new.
Like in the beginning, you were choosing nonstop, all these things you had to do, and it was uncomfortable. You had to confront all your bullshit.
Extremely uncomfortable.
And then at some point, like you didn't have to think about it anymore because you were just doing it. Was that like maybe like halfway through this process? I wouldn't
even say that, because like I said, like running and any type of like long distance activity was something I always shied away from because I didn't think I'd be good at it. So like every day I had to wake up and confront that beast of like, I don't want to do this today.
Yeah.
It's not fun. For anyone who's watching this, running sucks. It's not
what?
Okay, you feel good afterwards.
Runner's high is a fucking myth.
It's horrible. It sucks. You're not going to want to do it every day. But if you can just,
that's true.
If you can just force yourself to get up every single day and just tackle that goal.
You adapt.
So then what happened was I got to the last week, did the thing, go to the marathon. My goal was to do it in 2 hours. I was like, if I could do it in 2 hours, I'll be happy. Whatever. Didn't think I was going to do it. I thought it was a very whatever. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Go and I run it in an hour and 48 minutes. And I swear to God, at least in my recent memory, was one of the best days of my life. Because again, there was a goal, I set it and I accomplished it. And I felt amazing. And it gave me the sense of confidence that I hadn't had in months. And that depressive state slowly started to fade away.
Can I ask you a question?
And now what?
Finish your thought. Finish what you're saying.
And now I'm saying that momentum that I got from running the marathon and that sensation that I had of, I'll never forget running that last 0.4 and just literally feeling like I was floating because I was just so happy that I'd accomplished something. I took that momentum with me and I signed up for the Atlantic City Ironman.
Oh shit! When are you doing?
September.
Good for you, bro. Get it.
Yeah. So
Damn.
Get it, bro.
That's what I'm up to right now. It's just training for you.
I'm about to.
I have a question for you, Jared.
We're gonna do it.
You said
I've been thinking about doing it, but now
so Jared, you were saying you in the beginning you were saying people live life in states, and then you kind of went into how that manifests in your life, right? Can I go back to that original thought?
Go for it.
Do you think people live in states, right? But if you look at a bigger picture of that, people live in patterns of states. People live in patterns. You created a pattern since you were 16 of going to the gym 6 days a week. You fell off the wagon a little bit. But that pattern continued now because you're doing it in your own way. Do you think there's patterns to this? States are kind of a result of your patterns.
Yeah, it's I think
there are patterns in your states
momentum,
over time.
and there's good momentum and there's bad momentum, and you just have to it's
set your pattern, set your state.
Exactly, and just it's
because there are micro states in the state you're in. You were depressive at some point, you said, but there are probably moments when you felt good and you felt you were doing all right, maybe, or maybe you were clawing out, but then you fell back. It's there are micro states in every single pattern.
I agree with that. Yeah,
I'm just trying to expand.
No, I get what you're saying. I don't know if
I've been saying a lot.
I don't know if I was thinking that far into it. I don't know if you guys see the sweatshirt I'm wearing. It says "Seek Discomfort." It's from a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. And
I know Yes Theory.
So it went back to, again, like I said, what's something that will make me extremely uncomfortable? And there's nothing like fucking running 13 miles. Even though I don't even think it's that big of an accomplishment, but
that's dope.
It's very uncomfortable, and then you do it and you feel good after. It's sounds so simplistic, but I really truly think it's the key. It's like the key to life and the key to happiness. Set a goal, accomplish it, and that's it.
Yeah.
What's the key to happiness? Discomfort. What's the key to fucking being sad? Comfortable. Be comfortable all the time.
I love these two words. Seek discomfort.
Become comfortable being uncomfortable. That's something Elliot Hulse said back.
Millions of people have said that.
Yeah, but that's where I first heard it. That's where I first heard it from. So he gets the credit. But that actually, that actually ties into the next thing where I heard from him, where I heard you say it, where it was you know what, I really wanted to do this, but I could have gave a million excuses why I couldn't, or I didn't have the resources. This is actually tying in a lot of stuff that I'm thinking of right now. But basically what you burnt the bridges, right? The neural pathways, you cut those bitches off. No, but what he did, sorry. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. That was weird. But you bought the ticket. You set yourself, I just spent $100. You just burnt the bridge there. You know what I'm saying? It's either A, do I actually go through and train with this, or do I just eat the $100? And you rather.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, but then that ties into, it's a little bit off topic, but it kind of it stems from it. But Tony Robbins, what I was saying, you're being resourceful. It's okay, a lot of people what happens. This is a Tony Robbins thing. I said that already, I think, right? Mm-hmm. But so it's a lot of people say I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have this, blah, blah, blah. But it's it's not about the amount of resources you have. It's the amount of resourcefulness you have. It's not about what you have. It's about how you use what you have. I want to live by that. That's exactly. It's not about the hand you were dealt. It's about how you play that hand in life. Yeah.
I just think when people use these excuses, it's man, you killing yourself. You gotta stop saying that. It's if you want something bad enough, you will do anything necessary to accomplish that goal. So when you hear these people I can't do it for X, Y, and Z, you don't want it that bad enough to begin with at the end of the day.
The hardest thing to overcome is yourself.
I was going to, ultimately, that's all it is picking yourself up because no one else can. You pick are the only one that can help yourself. And long term, truly help yourself. You are the only person.
No, there's no
one else.
cavalry coming. There's no one coming to save you. It's not coming to you. You have to go to it.
And that used to scare me.
That goes for anything, Dan.
That used to be a scary thought to me. I would think that when I was younger, but now I find like solace in that. I love that. Like I love relying on myself and learning from my own mistakes and growing as a person my own way.
There's this thing.
Wait, I just want to inject in here that I'm pretty sure all of us, sorry, all of us can agree. Again, I know we said this in the beginning. None of us have it figured out, and sharing our own experiences.
We are in the process of figuring.
I just wanted to say this so someone's like, "Oh, these kids think they got it all figured out."
I'm not on the soapbox.
Just sharing experiences.
I'm not on the soapbox.
We're all just walking each other home, man.
I think
it's Ram Dass?
Do we all have our experiences where we felt like we figured something out? Yeah, and that's what I feel like. At least personally, what I feel like I only talk about, but like I guess maybe there is like some things where I'm just like speaking out my ass, or like, but also
I have something to say. When you're complete, I have something to say.
But like also, I feel like what this platform is, like you said, like okay, A, we don't have our shit figured out, or all the way, we're figuring it out, and then B, we tell of what we think to our best knowledge as of now, what we have figured out, and then C, we also do communicate other stuff from what we've heard from other people that we think would help other people figure shit out that we haven't had to deploy yet, you know?
Can I respond to that?
So like that's just like what
Can we hey boys, can we initiate chaos time now? It's been great intelligent conversation. Wow. I haven't heard a lot of humor. I don't know if Jared's in the mood.
No, I'm liking the serious conversation, but you can do whatever you guys want.
Take a guess how long we've been in.
Totally. An hour and 40 minutes.
No.
Hour and 10 minutes.
No.
Hour and 2 minutes.
No.
Hour.
No.
40 minutes.
No.
How long?
Hour 16.
I said hour and 12, I think.
Yeah, you did. I was like, oh. But yeah,
I'm down.
We need chaos time.
It's your guys' podcast. Dude.
No, say something. Tell me how the fuck you feel right now, Jared.
No, dude,
tell me.
I like these types of conversations, and this was something I was.
I think you want order.
No. I actually thought about this on the way here about asking you.
Me too.
When people pose the question like, "Are you an introvert or an extrovert?" Right?
Ambivert.
I say both as well.
Ambivert.
It's a scale.
Do you when you say that, do you just hate? Is it because you like meaningful conversation too much? Is that the thing? Because for me, I don't like bullshit small talk. Like I could do it. I'll go out there. I'll put a smile on for everybody, but I don't like it. I'd rather sit here one-on-one and talk to someone about some deep topics, what's going on in my mind. So that's why I would say I can be both, but I just prefer deeper conversation.
I think it's a scale thing, and I think it's a pattern over time.
I just wanted to know if you felt the same way just based off of our experiences and conversations we've had in the past.
I think I wrote this down when I I was in a specific type of state. I wrote this down, and it's probably a fucking paradox because they both relate. Introversion is seeking meaning, and extroversion is seeking sensation, and both of them really seek sensation. On the introversion is more inner sensation, extroversion is outer sensation. I think for me, there are maybe patterns over time. I think right now I feel like I'm a little bit introverted, and I've been introverted the past few years. Like I didn't give it. I was perfectly satisfied in my life. I was like, I'm just gonna get a job, write poetry, and I'm gonna be happy like that. And now I'm like, nah, fuck that. I want more. So it's like I think it changes over time. There's patterns. Like when I was a kid, I was really extroverted, and I think I've drifted. I think in each moment and each across the greater span of time in your life, it changes all the time and it scales. But I think I think you change over time. I think I went from I really love inner conversations, and I still do now, and I like them more than the small talk. I think right now where I'm at, because that's the only thing I can say, or else I'm just going to talk myself in circles and I'm going to bore everyone here. Actually, maybe it won't. Is I do prefer the more meaningful conversation. Like, what do I want to do? I want to expand on things. Like, I think people that want to expand on things, people want to find meaning in things, have a proclivity. Chaos time. Have a proclivity to be introverted. You want my proclivities, Jared? It's an inside joke. Teabag from Prison Break. Say that.
Great show. You should watch it. You would
say that, girlie. How you doing?
It's like
proclivities.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I personally enjoy podcasts so much. Because and anyone who knows me, I'm not big.
You have to put it on double speed though, or 1.5 speed. I can't stand when people talk slow. That's why I talk.
Yeah, but I don't really enjoy TV or I'll watch a movie every once in a while. But
tell me what you enjoy, Jared.
Podcast is what I'm.
Do you like humor and laughter? I feel like introversion and very intelligent people like humor and laughter.
Definitely.
Say a fucking joke.
Do you have human emotions?
I like both. No. For real.
Are you more than just a brain?
Can I bring it together?
Also, let's put in context that I was snowboarding today. It's what 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no,
I'm just again,
tired.
sorry. I'm not.
Like I had work
very
today.
energetic.
Don't apologize. No, I was just saying, like, people that are more introverted and want to have serious conversations, I went through a very extreme part of that, and I'm still in that. And like, I didn't really give a damn about humor or anything like that. And now it's like,
damn.
It's almost like it kind of flipped. Like, I see people that are very intelligent and very introverted. Like, they actually have it. Everyone loves humor. What the fuck am I saying? I'm just trying to make a conclusion that doesn't even exist. It's all a fucking joke.
Yes, I like humor. Sorry if I.
All the lights lit up.
Stop saying sorry, Jared.
So,
Stop apologizing for who you are, sister. Step up, sister.
I'm not apologizing, but
It's like, forgive me. What's about
witchcraft.
No, but
Jared's snowboarding. He can't laugh.
What was I about to say?
You love Jared. You want to touch him. He's magical.
please don't.
He's magical.
Please stop that.
Your laugh is fucking insane, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Insane. What kind of laughs do you listen
I'm just
to?
being straight. A lot of them. The problem is not the voices, okay? Listen, the problem is not the voice. The problem is when the voice talks back when you talk to it. That's the problem. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a fucking chaotic.
You're just everything's flying so far over my head. Some of the things you're saying,
what do you think?
I gotta be honest.
Why do you think that? You want to know why I talk to you people? You people. You want to know why I talk?
Plebeians. That sounds like a fucking Joker line. You want to know why I talk to you?
Sounds like
people?
Littlefinger. You want to know why I talk to you people? Chaos is louder. No. You want to know why I talk to you all? Because if I spoke in my own language instead of the human language, everything would fly over your head.
Like this.
So Jared, I'm speaking in my language right now. You fucking Teletubby motherfucker. No,
Oh, chaos hour.
Dan and Will make the show. I said it. There, I said it.
Who?
Damn.
What happened?
What the fuck?
It's been said. Why is everyone looking at me?
Because you said it.
Because I want all the attention right now.
You want the clout.
Jared, you all right? Are you uncomfortable or no?
Mike, serious? No, I'm
You're just watching this all happen?
Yeah, watching the chaos unfold. That's it.
I know. We need a chaos time. What? 4 elements of a good podcast. Written by me, Will Ritwiger.
Jesus.
Substance. 1, 2, chaos. 3, dead air. 4, laughter. I wrote that. It's right there.
No.
Jared only had... Dude, you're like...
No, it's not even the fact that he's just like looking. He's like looking with concern. Like he's like,
No, I'm not concerned.
He's like,
Are you... Are you ready?
let's get ready to rumble.
Listen, wait. All right. I'm kind of retarded.
Yes.
I forgot I had that effect. Jared Nicastro.
You're just watching this all, and I don't like it, bro. You're not commenting. You're not joining. We need a Bohemian Grove with us. Come on, man.
Bohemian Grove.
No, that was like one of the points I was trying to make before about like deep
Bohemian
conversation.
Grove?
I don't like just like I said this to you.
Laughter and
No. I said this to you before. I don't like.
He doesn't like you.
No. I like giving
Many people don't.
substance to the things I say. I don't.
Okay.
It's
Humor
just
is
like-
very substantial.
Of course, but maybe I'm not.
Substantial? Is that even substantial?
No, maybe I'm just not feeling funny right now, and I can't.
I feel funny.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
What is that? What are you blowing smoke up his ass for?
I'm not feeling funny right now either. I feel you.
It's
Yeah,
not. It's
I'm
not
so
funny
tired,
time.
but-
It's not funny time. Is it sexy time?
Yes.
No,
Strip.
that's you can't put that on YouTube.
What?
I can't say the S word.
No, I'm kidding.
Stonks. I just said it.
Yes.
Okay.
Next episode, I'm bringing out the stonk figure bobblehead thing.
I have a good question. It comes from the podcast we were talking about,
Shoot.
Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, where he talks about how
Tim Dillon or the second one?
the one with Tim Dillon.
That is the second one.
No, it's the third one. Alex Jones has been on there 3 times.
Okay.
Suck it.
Powerful institutions will use unsolvable problems to gain
Control.
power.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm gonna pee on that note. Keep going, boys.
Yeah, let's dive into
I
that.
thought you meant
You down to dive into this?
I thought you meant literally about to pee on something.
He is. He's peeing outside.
Yeah. Is it still recording?
look at the minute mark. It's about to end. See it? Look at the minute mark, Rob. Right now, look at the minute mark. It's about to end.
What?
I saw.
Yeah, that's right.
What, you paused it?
No.
I'm gonna pee it. That's what I'm doing.
So it's not paused?
No. It's still going.
Continue your conversation. I'm just goofing.
Goofing.
So, thoughts?
So Will's
What'd you say again?
sense of goofing.
Do powerful institutions use unsolvable problems to gain power?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Let's dive into it.
Because what happens is like there's all so I forget who the fuck said it, and I'm sure a lot of people have said it, but I forget where I heard it from. But it's either you're for free speech 100% or you're not at all. Like there's no in between, because as soon as you start like saying like, oh well, this doesn't count, but then like that could like there's so many different gray areas that you can like overlap, and then at a certain point it just becomes total black. Like you lose free speech, and like that's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I get like you can't say bomb in an airport, like you should get arrested for that. Yeah, but like,
there has to be some censorship of media.
Yeah, but like,
otherwise, that's like anarchy almost, bro.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's libertarianism. But anarchy is like
libertarians don't like want child porn legal.
No. So anarchy is, I feel like it's such a common misconception. Like anarchy, like is like complete no government, and then people can just rule themselves. You need government to enforce free speech. Like if somebody's infringing on your free speech, the government comes in and says, hey, fuck you. Yeah, you need a referee. You need a stadium, you need a referee, and you need security. So you need
I didn't understand what you were saying. I got you.
Yeah, so that
the market and not the government should determine who gets censorship and who gets censored and who doesn't.
Yeah. So exactly. So it was a great point that I saw today. Somebody was like, Twitter's not a constitutional right. And then right. That's a rebuttal.
Pose the question, should Twitter be considered a public utility?
Yeah, but under Section 230. Yes. But then somebody commented, well, neither is a wedding cake. Remember that was like a big
shout out Wedding Sisters for that one.
Yeah, shout out Wedding Sisters.
Yeah, shout out Wedding Sisters.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about? The wedding cake, like whole like debacle.
Oregon, the baker. He didn't want to make the cake.
Cake boss.
No. Yeah, he didn't want to make them a cake because they were a homosexual couple, right? But then the government stepped in and said, I don't know why I had to say it like that, but they're a homosexual couple. I am very intelligent.
They have homosexual proclivities.
I am very.
But shouldn't the market decide what gets censored and what doesn't? Like it's kind of like we should let the market determine who gets censored and who's successful business.
Yeah,
right. But with that argument that Will's making would not be on our side, because with that argument you would say that another app like Twitter will pop up where there is no such thing as censorship.
Yeah. And they
until it gets censored again.
And there was, Parler.
Yeah, it got banned.
Yeah, it got banned because big tech.
So then maybe the argument should be made that it is so big that it needs to be considered a public utility. And what I find interesting is the people who are for the censorship, I would say people who lie on the left nowadays, like the modern left.
There's a difference between left and liberalism.
Maybe like whatever,
the top.
The SJW aspect of the left.
I'm on the
Anyways,
Z-axis.
I find it interesting that they now use the argument of, private company can't regulate a private company, when that was the very, that's a very conservative argument that we would be making. It's extremely ironic that when it is on their side, now we can't.
When it fits the
narrative. We can't regulate anything because it fits their narrative. Exactly.
Yeah. So with the wedding cake thing, like it was a private institution, but then like the government stepped in and said, you know what, you can't segregate based off of sexual orientation. I think that was like a big thing. It was like, okay, but where do
you stand on that though?
No.
Do you agree with that or not?
Did the baker have the right to refuse his service to somebody regardless of the reason? Yes.
But we also have the right to boycott that motherfucker.
Exactly. So what they would have done,
they could have done, let it happen. Let things play out.
Okay, let me finish. So what they could have done is literally said, fuck you, and then take their business elsewhere, and then get and then rally and boycott and say, yo, fuck this baker, and put him out of business for making a decision. So that was a poor business decision on his end, but then the government said, nope, you have to, or else you'll just get shut down because of our decision, not because of the market's decision, right? And that's very, it's so insane, and we see it at a fucking global economic scale now, where government they literally just picked and choose what could stay open, what could close.
The globalists.
Yeah. They said restaurants, nope, fuck you, you're dead. And Bon Appetit,
you can do car style.
Let me add that there is no evidence that shows that indoor dining helps increase the spread of COVID. There's no substantial evidence or data.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, there's some that's
what big restaurant wants you to believe.
Big pharma,
big Fridays, big Applebee's.
No, but it's scary that we've gotten to a point in this country that we are debating whether or not we should have free speech, and I don't know if it's that people if they just don't think of it in the way we're thinking of it. But there's very extreme ramifications of having another human being make a decision of what you can and cannot say. That's like the point that you have to hammer in. Like,
Russia,
it is another.
Just look at fucking
It's another
Russia,
human
bro.
being. It's not some different entity that decides what's good and what's bad. It's another human being. Human beings have biases. They have emotions. Like, you can't just think that they're going to make the right decision of, oh, here's what you can and can't say. It's a gray area. You say, oh, you can't say this. What's stopping them 20 years down the road from saying you can't say something else?
You give them an inch to take a mile.
I agree with you, but I feel like most of it stems from people being scared of other people's views, ways of thinking about things, and they're scared and they want to find security. And they want to find security by looking up to someone else so they can like make those decisions for them because they're scared to make decisions themselves or even really think for themselves most of the time.
Yeah, most men cannot rule themselves.
Yeah. And like that's what I feel like needs to be. Because think about it, if everyone just focus on themselves instead of like trying to, okay, so if people help themselves,
everyone's a Nazi.
Well, fuck.
Everyone is a Nazi now, bro. Like left's calling, like we said this before in the podcast.
Yeah,
like the left are Nazis, the right are Nazis. Like it's just people who like.
People who don't know what Nazi
I
means.
say it a lot, but
People who don't know what Nazi means.
Yeah, tribalism.
No,
too,
that's serious. No, like they
it really
don't.
is tribalism.
Like
I say that all the time.
That isn't like endorsing Nazism like at all, but like people don't understand like how like.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but like people don't understand like how like heavy that term is. You know what I'm saying? But then like just throwing it out willy nilly or like calling like even like oh you're a racist, oh you're a bigot, oh you're a homophobe.
The word loses any substance, and devalues it.
Well, it's that, but it still carries the weight, and like people understand, like, yo, if somebody's actually a racist, like, yeah, that's fucked up. But like, you can't just call somebody racist because like they don't agree with you on certain things on how things should be done. You know, like I feel like at the end of the day, everybody wants what's best for people in general.
So let me ask you a question, because I want to ask you where I think you're about to go. Do you think humans are inherently altruistic or inherently egocentric? More. I think they're both, but what do you think is the higher percentage?
Ego.
That's a tough
It's
question.
an answerless question, but it's more of an opinion thing.
It's a thinker. It's a thinker.
We got ourselves a thinker, boys.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a Jared.
I feel like that's not an answer that can be answered.
Do you mean like the majority of the population?
Because if you can ask, are humans inherently good or evil? It's like, okay, who determines good or evil? No, I'm saying like, but altruism versus egocentric is actually something you could actually measure.
There's
but what were you saying, Danny?
there.
I'm sorry.
I was saying, do you mean like population wise, like egocentric to the other one? You said altruistic, whatever.
Altruism is putting other people first, I guess.
Are you
Egoism is putting yourself
saying
first.
like what's more common is what you're asking?
What do you think humans are born? Like, what are humans innately?
That's like
are they even innately or no?
No, because that's like nature versus nurture argument almost. Like you can't really decide.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. It's like it's a question that doesn't have.
But I think you were going to say humans are more likely to do this. Humans are more likely to do that. And I'm like, okay, like even whether or not they're born this way, are they more likely to actually look out for the fellow man, or are they more likely to like put themselves first? Like,
all right. So based regardless of the nature of it.
Let me ask you this too, because you know what's crazy. You can ask even how some people feel about the question. Looking at egoism versus altruism. Someone looks at one of those and says bad. I think like Judeo-Christian values says egoism is bad. Like, oh, like that means you're selfish. Like that's Will's fancy way. Egoism is Will's fancy way of saying selfish and evil and wrong and bad. But to me, it's like someone who doesn't necessarily prescribe to those beliefs, even though they're very ingrained in me. Like I look at altruism as kind of bad in a way. Mm-hmm. It's like that's a slippery slope. Egoism's good, but it's a slippery slope. Altruism's good, but it's a slippery slope. It's about balance. But I think like, I don't know. I'm just kind of riffing, but like people can fucking. You can tell a lot about a person by how they feel about a question. Not even the answer, but how they feel about different. I mean, that's this or that. Like
you can find out a lot about a person based on the answers they give to questions like that.
True, and how they feel. But how do you measure how someone feels? You know,
that's it. It's a qualitative measurement, not a quantitative.
Yes, quantitative easing. I'm gonna qualitatively ease Jared's cap backwards.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna qualitatively ease it because it's not a number; it's a thing. I could talk about it. I can't measure it, bro. Fucking quality versus quantity. We learned that in
Roe versus Wade
class. Lang bang.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talk about him all the time.
Yeah. Oh, really?
All the time.
Still?
He's listening.
Yeah.
All the time.
Was he a ghost?
Would be a great guest for a podcast.
Oh shit!
Dude, well, if I get him on, you're coming.
All right. Yeah.
Like that'll be.
Should we make the announcement then right now?
Yeah. Okay.
No, don't put it. I wouldn't put that out there.
Put what out there?
his name. And...
No, not that announcement. Not that announcement.
Take it easy.
Take
it easy, man.
Big announcement. We have JL coming on. No, but JCP&L. Yeah, but no. We have an announcement on behalf of the Work in Progress crew from myself, Dan, and Will. Will, do you want to break the news?
I'm formally retiring from the Work in Progress podcast.
I don't know.
Yeah, dry your tears.
Sad. Yeah. All right. No, but
maybe an occasional guest in the future, but a guest, not a host member. Yeah.
So that's it. I mean,
so
it's no hard feeling.
Keep going.
Like, it's not anything.
Let's fucking keep vibing it up, baby.
It's not anything.
It's about Jared tonight, not me.
Yeah,
I just want to say because
I'm altruistic.
I appreciate you coming out of retirement for.
Yeah.
me.
So technically, all right. So
nice.
there's two main reasons because. I
retired before this episode quietly, secretly, like Trump signed the fucking what did he sign? He signed some shit secretly, apparently. I heard.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but they all signed shit.
There's a lot of shit.
Insurrection Act. Apparently, he signed the Insurrection Act in private. Ooh. No, I'm kidding. But I secretly retired from this, and then Jared. I heard a Jared Nicastro name, and I was like, wait.
You need to come out of retirement.
Slow down. Go back. Go back. You missed something. Go back.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So. This is formally until
Langy Bangy comes on this show.
This is formally Will Ritt's last episode as a Work in Progress co-host. Not to say that he isn't ever going to be on the show again, but Will, appreciate your time here. You definitely added a lot of interesting dynamics to the show.
I added all that substance, chaos, dead air, and laughter.
I'm sad.
I'm
not sad because
onward and upward, baby.
Because you know why? All right, so we didn't get into why. Tell them why.
Why? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, I want to focus more on my actual career. I want to do like really hone in on that, acting and writing. Number two,
on this one.
Speaking of censorship on this one, gotta be careful what you say out there in this 2021 or 20 whatever world we're in, because could be used against you. So this is a great platform to speak. I highly recommend a podcast. Whether you're listening to it or participating or somewhere in between, but what you say and how you feel could be used against you. So I want to ultimately omit a little bit.
And I just want to say that it's a sad. We've gotten to a sad point that you have to really. You're scared to say certain things, so you're walking away from this because you're scared of getting quote unquote canceled. I think that's
blackmailed, especially if I'm an actor and I'm trying to work in that industry. Like. It's been like that for a while.
It's an extremely sad place to be in as a society.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
Damn.
So I'm complete. Thank you, fellas, for letting me speak. Oh, by the way, okay, PSA. By the way, I got back into the gym last week for real. And like, it's really great. I used to be into this. I used to lift, and now I'm back, and I'm really enjoying it.
Where do you go?
Retro Fitness. And,
dude, let's go, bro.
And
me and Sean Page go all the time.
Yeah, I'm open to that. I'm going with my boy. I'm gonna say his name. I don't give a fuck. Udesh.
Hey,
shout out Udesh, right?
Yo,
listen. Hear me, let me finish. All right, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the greatest music video of all time. All right, so Udesh, right? I fucking went to the gym, right? I can't stand cardio, Jared. I like running a little bit when I'm running from like a serial killer or something, but like I don't like running straight up. Or I like swimming if I'm not trying to drown.
We're not gonna run.
Okay, let me get to the point now because I'm just being a goof. But okay, lifting, right? Don't want to do cardio, right? Trying to actually protect my heart, and I'm going to lift. But like if you don't do cardio, your heart's not gonna really do much better, anyways. Depending on who you talk to. I went to fucking play basketball today with my boy Udesh. It is so fun. And for anyone out there who is trying to get boys and go to Oakland Park and shoot some hoops, hit up me and probably not Udesh. I'm not going to give you consent to reach out to him, but like hit me up because we're trying to find heads to play 21 or play games. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I just commandeered your podcast and gave a PSA about shooting hoops.
Yeah. Using the platform for good. I love that.
Using the platform for good, even though somehow in 85 years, this is going to be seen as everything I just said is evil and wrong.
How
and
dare he invite
basketball,
people
athleticism. We need to sit and be like Wally and fucking just fly in gliders and
devil.
Shit. I'm telling you, bro, that's the world we live in, man.
Beelzebub.
They're a pattern.
I think I have a good question if you guys are down.
Fire.
Going back to the state of the country and whatnot, do you think this is all
perfect transition basketball state of country?
Yeah. You think this is possibly a result of us not having or maintaining a good like national identity? Like something
that's
that
why
we
Trump
all can be proud of.
Works. Yeah, but that's what. Yeah, but hold on. Wait. So if you could characterize the state of the nation in one word, what context are you talking about? Censorship?
No, just like all the unrest and the civil unrest that we're seeing. Like,
interesting.
I just think that there's a lot. What people look like. look over is that there's a lot that we could all be proud of as Americans, and that could bring us all together.
Nationalism is the cure to national unrest?
No, I just think.
Are you asking if it is?
No, I'm just saying. Do you think it's the lack of our national identity that is part of this?
Like what made us American? Like before,
I tell this to people.
Yeah, but isn't that a paradoxical question? Because then you could say that people, because like 20 minutes ago we were saying, collective. You could say it's a paradoxical question because like half an hour ago we were saying, collectivism is leading to all these fucking problems, and it's like now you're saying, should we be more collectivist?
It's more collectivist. It's more just like. Let me expand on why I'm asking this. I always tell people that like when we went through the education system, we were taught to hate our own country. And I think
look at all the problems we did instead of all the good we did too.
Let's exactly
slavery, civil rights.
Exactly, we look at all the bad
Native
instead
Americans.
of all the good, and I think there's a lot like even in the especially in the founding of this nation and the ideals that this country was founded on. That if we could hone in on that a little bit more and be proud that what this country was founded on was inherently really, really good and looking out for the best interest of the individual. Maybe if we could all get behind that, then we'd be in a better state as a nation.
I personally agree.
I feel like the most recent time in modern history where we had that sense of nationalism, 9/11. Right. Like that's really what brought a lot of Americans together, regardless of their background. And I feel like since then it was George W. Bush, and then you had Barack Obama, which I feel like started to teeter back into like polarization on the political spectrum, and then you had somebody like fucking Trump come out of nowhere, left field, and like really
RKO the fuck out of everyone.
RKO'd the fuck out of the political spectrum. I think it does go back to some sense of like we need to. I feel like it's important to not just like. I feel like in history class, like we actually had history class together. It's kind of funny. I feel like it's important in history class. To not just like glaze over what made America great and like what like it's like we hated the fucking taxes the British like fucking put on us, so we did the Boston Tea Party, and then they kept doing bad stuff and we didn't like
that motherfucking stamp back though.
So then we just said the fucking tea, man, fucking tea,
the tax collector. Let's tar and feather that motherfucker.
Exactly. And then the British kept doing shit that we didn't like as the colonies, so the colonies just said fuck you, and then we became. I'm
gonna write a list of all this shit
like,
you did
like
wrong.
That's kind of like how it went. You know what I'm saying? But like it failed to go into depth of like what made the wording. Like have you read the Constitution?
To a degree, I don't know when the last
quote that preamble right now.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union and establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility, to provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare fuck, you fucked me up.
From Schoolhouse Rock.
No.
Yeah, it is.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice and
ensure domestic tranquility,
provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of our liberty for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States
for the United States of America.
I think part of the point I'm trying to make is
all right. So let me finish my point. because I think it's. I feel like to get back to like what you said,
don't expand on
I'm agreeing with him, and I'm explaining why. I'm explaining that in order to get back to dissolve civil unrest is to get back to this sense of I'm an American and I'm proud of it because of things that is usually or normally skipped over in history lessons, which is like the foundational principles of why the founding fathers chose to structure the United States government in the way that they did, which is based on are you a man that owns land?
No, it was very selfless.
Yeah. What like that but why is that a bad thing? Like what
if it discounts women?
What?
I'm playing the devil's advocate here.
No,
what if it discounts women? If you're a landowning man, how about if it's if you're
so like going on to that,
win this argument.
No, never. But
I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to break through
I feel like
here.
that's important. Like, I mean, see back like now. That's going.
Okay, keep going. Just ignore it. It was bad timing. You were going to say something. You wanted to finish a point. And you wanted to say another thing.
Okay, basically, I think to settle civil unrest is that we need to go back to the history books and study the founding fathers and their principles on why they set the United States government up the way that they did and why it became the biggest and most powerful and arguably the best country to ever exist in human civilization.
And I think we need to take exactly what you said, but make little tweaks and modernize what they did.
Sure.
Like it's not perfectly translatable, but it's very
But the founding fathers knew that as well. That's why they set the Constitution up to be able to be amended over time to be, because look at all these ancient civilizations were like, this is the rule, but then those shits started to become
totalitarianism.
outdated.
This is perfect and you can't disagree with it.
Exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't we the first nation ever, like, for like a document was like we were the first country
What a bunch of
ever, instead
intellectuals.
of having,
I love
like,
us.
a king or a queen, we had a document that governed
System.
Yeah, like
that
checks and
governs, you get what I'm
balances.
saying? Like the document is more powerful than anything
Than the government.
or anyone.
Can't kill ideas.
like the law is above the
Which
government,
is
and the
inherently
government is
a
above
very
the law.
selfless and enlightened
It's for the greater
idea.
good of the
And we
society,
glance
not
over
the man.
We glance over the fact that these were very enlightened men who did something that had never been seen in history before.
And here
But
we are 300 years later.
if we talk about it in school, what would the first...
They're slave owners. They're fucking this. They're that.
And
Yeah.
they'll diminish what they did with the argument. Yes,
I think we need to see them
of
as human
course what they
beings
did
and see
was
both
bad.
sides.
Exactly. Humans do good and
See
bad
them,
things
see them
all
for
the
their
time,
flaws, but also see them for what they did that was good.
exactly.
But who makes the textbooks, Jared? That's the problem. Who
The
makes the
victors.
fucking textbooks?
and the leftists.
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
Who pays the professors? Not I'm saying who like our tuition, but like
academia is
who
left as fuck. You don't
who
think they're
pays the
liberal?
professors is what I'm saying too. Because everything I'm hearing is come a lot from professors I've had. I'm repeating their points, trying to stir the pot.
Depending on what classes you
Rock the
take
boat.
too, though.
Correct, very correct. I'm in the College of Social Sciences and Humanities.
Dude,
you know,
I
it's
took
very
a
dangerous
sociology
waters over there.
class in Manhattan.
I love
and
sociology.
it was the most like disgusting, like biased class I've
Mike.
ever taken. The most
James, Mike,
biased
Christopher,
class I've ever taken in my
Tom,
whole entire
Tim.
life.
Yeah.
Like it depends on where you go and where you take it, and like who even teaches you. It's what you can't hear me or not.
But you can always prove them wrong. Because
yeah.
I got in a lot of debates with teachers and people in that class, and I kind of,
What class was it though?
It was sociology, and then it was social problems was the big one. I was just like ripping them up. I was pulling Jareds everywhere, man.
Yeah. Well, this
Pulling
guy,
Jared.
I'm just
I think
saying
I was
your name
always-
nonstop.
I was always pretty outspoken when
You were a
people
Jared.
were...
You know what you told me one time? I said, "What political party are you?" If you were to decide, you're like, "I'm neither." You said, "I'm in the Nicastro party," and I was like, "Oh, fuck, man."
Did I say that?
You
No,
did. In
no,
fucking
no,
sophomore
no,
year of high
wait.
school, you said that to my face.
Wait, do you remember the Pride Party?
Pride party?
I remember that. I saw that video.
Oh, did we like make a
Yeah.
political party
Yeah.
for class?
Me,
Yes.
you,
Yeah.
Matt Chin.
Yeah, no, I
was funny.
remember.
That was funny.
I don't know. Like,
I just remember that video. 'cause
politically nowadays, I just have no faith in the system, and I will vote for
We need Matt
Chan. We need
any
Matt Chan.
candidate.
But is that the flaws of the Constitution or the
No,
flaws of
no.
man? What is that? Like, what
corruption.
causes the
It's
corruption?
flaws of corruption. And
How do we break through
here's
that?
no. Here's something Thomas Jefferson said. I don't know if I'm going to quote this exactly, but he
Paraphrase.
basically
I'll correct
said
you.
one of the
I know,
qualifications for democracy is a what's the word I'm looking for? An educated voter base. And right now we don't. And the,
Isn't that a
Yes,
republic?
that-
issue, let me finish. The issue is that these people are not held accountable. Like, and when there's no accountability, they could get away with anything, and that's why they do get away with.
That's why they vote like what is most convenient. to them.
Exactly.
And then like that's actually tying
don't
back
live in a
into
And if they
democracy. They live in a
were, if they
republic.
were held accountable and actually treated like, if they were all held accountable and people actually paid attention to this shit, it would be a more revered job, and better people would be running
They'd
for
be
office.
statesmen.
Why?
They wouldn't be politicians.
Exactly.
They'd be
And why
statesmen.
aren't the most talented people running for government? Because it's a fucking shit job that nobody cares about what you do. It's corrupt. There's no benefit if you're a talented individual to run for government right now. And until there's a reformation, which sadly I don't think it's going to happen, but until that happens, none of this shit's going to change. None of this shit's going to change. What killed the Roman Empire?
this.
Corruption.
Yeah.
What's going to kill the U.S. Empire?
This.
Corruption.
You think it's happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like a pessimist, but yeah.
How many years do you think until
Our
the
lifetime.
fall of Rome?
Our lifetime.
Not
Our lifetime?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think our lifetime.
it's happening.
It's gonna happen.
I think arguably it did happen already, but
No, like it's
That's a
happening.
great
That's what I mean.
point.
That's happening. But what was I about to say?
We really
so
were
going
an
back,
empire, weren't
going
we?
back to like what your main point was, and like that was stemming off. I remember what you said, like land owning men.
I know,
Like,
I was just trying to tweak your fucking game.
educated. No, but I agree. Like that's how it like should be.
You should take the fucking juice from the past
no.
and modernize it.
What it should like only taxpayers should be able to vote.
I think people that I got to say something though. Do you think former people that were either convicted of a crime or went to jail and they now pay taxes, and whether they hypothetically, if you could determine if they fixed their life or not, can they be allowed to vote? Because are people ex-cons allowed to vote?
So the only reason why, all right, so
Are they allowed to vote?
Initial,
Some cons are allowed
it
to
depends.
vote now.
I think that's a state thing.
I have no
right?
idea.
Is that
I
a
don't
state
know.
thing?
I would
some
think it's a
prisoners-
state thing,
some
but
I feel like if you pay
vote.
taxes, whether you went to jail or not, you should be allowed to vote.
It depends. It depends. I think
I don't know if they are or not. I'm
maybe
very unread. I'm not
the
well read on
degree
this.
of like what they went to jail for. I don't know. I have to look into that. But what was I about to say? So yeah, so initially what was set up, like you said, like the initial voting process. All right, so we are not a pure democracy by
we're a republic.
We're a democratic republic.
I am the Senate. I said it.
Do it. But
there you go, boys. That was for you.
But where was it going? So initially, the only voters in the United States when it originated was people who paid property tax, because that was the main source of tax revenue at the time, which was then used through voting of what to put it towards, you know? So like, obviously it would make sense. Like, okay, only the people that are contributing to the pot can decide what the pot can be used for. Right. So then it started getting into the sense of like, all right, so then that's why, like, this is just like historical fact. This is not opinion. Like, that's why slaves couldn't vote for a long time, because they didn't own property. Right. That it wasn't so much of like a racial issue, but obviously it was at like indirectly. Right. Mm-hmm. So then you had the, what was it, 13th Amendment, right? 13th, 14th, yep. 15th, right? And then eventually then like women started entering the workforce, and then that was the 19th Amendment, which allowed women to vote regardless. Like it just allowed women to vote. Women's suffrage, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then it started getting to the point where around the same time, income tax started to become a thing. That was Woodrow Wilson, and he actually said that's one of his biggest regrets during his presidency, was deeming income tax as constitutional, and then that allowed literally every
taxation is theft.
That literally allowed everybody to vote because everybody's being taxed for anything, right? And then that like became a slippery slope to the point where it is now, where you can literally have an 18-year-old high school kid just vote, like, and he doesn't even have a job, right? And like, obviously they're going to have like ideas that think are best for society when they haven't even contributed to society at the minute level of just working a job.
We're going to put Kool-Aid in the water fountain. You know what I'm saying? That's what they'll say to these younger kids. We'll promise them the world. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. And that's how they...
Well, that goes back to the Federal Reserve. War. That goes back to the Federal Reserve.
You put an 18-year-old go to war, but I don't...
You can't drink a beer.
Can't drink a beer. You can vote. It's just... I'm not saying like, they should be allowed to drink at 18. I'm saying like people at 18, like, what the fuck are you? Like, come on. Like 18, you can vote. I don't know about that. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it started becoming a slippery slope because you started to allow all these
so undeveloped.
All these. That's what I'm saying.
There's a certain.
I think there's people saying that like 14-year-olds should vote. Have you seen that?
There's a certain level that youthfulness can. There's something
stupid.
There is something youthfulness can bring to the table that people, as they get older, they start to lose, and I firmly believe that.
Agreed.
But I also think
but
like
not determining
decisions
society.
of the state. That's. I'm not saying that's no, that shouldn't be allowed. This is a topic that needs to be talked about more.
No, but that. So, but you're agree, but it's okay. But then the people who are smart enough to realize that you can learn lessons from people that are younger than them that make the decisions ultimately, you know, that's who the people get to elect as a republic to represent them as a whole to make those wise decisions.
I know. Like, why the fuck? What the fuck? Like, why aren't, I'm not even saying, what the fuck?
I like it, right? It's funny how you brought up, like how I said, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm the Nicastro, but, like the point I want to make is like I've lost so much faith in politics and I wonder if other people think like this, but normally when I bring it up, people don't even think of it like this. Like I will nowadays always support the candidate that the establishment of the party doesn't want to win.
Yep.
So say what you want about Donald Trump,
outsiders.
Right? Everyone was against this man. Yeah. Democrats and the Republicans. The people that have been fucking you over for the last 50 fucking years are all against this guy. And because, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi don't endorse Donald Trump, you're not going to vote for him? Those two assholes that fucked you over for the last 50 years, now their opinion matters?
Can I ask you something? When you're done.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Remember junior year, 1984? We read that book?
Yeah.
What you do is if you want to fuck people up, all right, mentally, if you want to fuck, like it's basically a psyop that goes on and... This is in 1984, George Orwell. They're always at war. Keep everybody always at war. Everybody on the right's fighting the left. Everybody on the left's fighting the right. Everybody that's apolitical is fighting people that are political. Mm-hmm. And I think you want to make a really shitty government, get people to get two-party system, make everyone on one party fight the other party, and vice versa.
They're all on the same team.
And we're on the team of like, okay, maybe apolitical, we've lost faith, and we're looking at people that are looking at the political system, making it good as evil. It's like, when are we going to stop fighting each other and transcend something better.
DM
I don't know what it is.
Remember, like literally last night, because we kind of like started to touch on it. Then I was like, wait a minute, this is podcast. Remember, I was like, I feel like what people are too stupid to realize is that like both parties at either spectrum within the party, they're both sick of government at some degree, right? And then what they again fail to realize is that the government is playing with them, painting the other side as the villain in the picture.
It's an opera. It's a fucking show. It's a drama. Yes. All the world is made up of men and women. All the men and women are merely players, and a man plays many parts throughout his life. The world is a stage. Shakespeare. It's my man. Yep. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think we're so much better than this. We're like humans are capable of being gods. But we're just
humans are resilient.
Worms.
We're resilient.
We're capable of being gods. We're so much better than this. We are capable. Our potential is, but like the reality, like. Is it human nature? What is it? I think we're fucking worms. So I'm just gonna throw the Joker card out there.
Where the fuck? For no reason. Oh,
Martin Kabbalah.
What?
Remember?
Oh.
Yeah. Gasoline. My brother.
Yeah.
You see that video?
Yeah. I'm gonna say something that you would probably never think, based on how you know me politically, I would ever say.
You would vote for Andrew Yang.
Depending on who he's going up against. If it was Jeb Bush versus Bernie Sanders, who am I voting for?
I'm voting Bernie Sanders
because
I would vote Bernie Sanders
Democrat establishment and the Republican establishment have been so fucking against this guy, and he's a fucking idiot. So let me tell you this.
No, but the thing is, so is Trump, and they are both treated underneath the same like.
No, 1%. What, you just think Trump's an idiot?
No.
He's a savant.
They're both anti-establishment. Yeah, and they both got shit on by both sides.
Here's where Bernie Sanders fucked up, and this isn't an original thought, but I'm gonna say this. Imagine if Bernie Sanders on those Democratic elections, when Joe Biden is speaking, he turns to him and he says, "No, Joe, you're the problem. You're part of the establishment that has fucked over Americans for the last 50 years, and I'm gonna be part of the solution." Imagine if Bernie Sanders says that to Joe Biden on that stage. Is this a different election?
Yeah,
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, but do you think he's just a play though? Do you think he's just a bullshit character that
Bernie?
Do you think Bernie's in on it too somehow, some way?
I mean, I don't want to say that because I don't know, but you could make that argument. Like, why did he play with their rules? That was like the one thing that Trump did was like he was like, I'm not playing by your bullshit standards that every other politician has to go through. I'm just gonna go right through you, and that's what I personally respected about him and why. I think a lot of Americans felt compelled to vote for this guy.
Yeah.
Because they're so fed up of this fucking system that's been going on for so long. Like, and
I'm going to do a lot of reading on ancient, bro. Okay. So, you said about ancient Rome, like the fall of Rome, right? I really had more of an interest in like, I guess the characters in a society, not the politicians. Like maybe more. I was more interested in Greek philosophers and Roman, playwrights and shit like that instead of like the politicians. Caesar. I love Caesar though, right?
Right.
But you know what's crazy though? I was reading the Bible a couple weeks ago, and the first place I went to, because I was like, I don't know where I'm going to read this to like, I kind of learn. I want to read this to learn. I don't want to be religious. I want to like learn something from this, like just reading books. And so the first place I went to, I was like, oh, I want to go to Romans. And it said like the description of their society and what's going on and like the ails of them. I was like, this is so relatable to the United States. Definitely a place to learn in the history books. Look at Rome. 100%. That's just like me sharing personally. Like, thank you for saying that.
In Rome.
No, I think
I want to write a fucking play. You know what I want to? You want to know what I want to write about, bro? I literally want to write about a person that was living in the Roman society and a person that was like on the fringe, like a barbarian society, and how their relationship was. And I think that could be related to the United States somehow. I don't know how, but
what was it when they killed Caesar? Six Emperor Tyrannus.
Et tu, Brutus.
Yeah. Maybe
you know how many times he was stabbed? 23 times.
Yep.
That's what they said. That's what the guy said when he shot Lincoln,
Brutus and Cassius. Yeah, you know what he was? Jared, let me tell you. You know what his profession was?
Who?
He's an actor.
Who?
John Wilkes Booth. He's an actor. Just warning you. Hey, Joe Biden, just be careful.
Oh my God.
See, this is why I'm leaving the podcast. I'm going on with a fucking bang.
Oh God. Literally.
But
yeah, I said it.
Hey. Six Emperor Tyrannus. Like, I don't know.
All right, that was him, not me.
It too, what? Jared.
What?
Jared. It was Brutus and Cassius. And then fucking Mark Antony was like, friends, Roman countrymen, lend me your ears.
Brutus and Nicastro.
John, Paul, George, and Ringo, get out here. What?
Brutus Nicastro.
No, you know who? You know
Mike Wagner's dog's name. Mike Wagner's dog's name.
Can I say a politician that I really respect?
Who?
That maybe you ever hear of Nigel Farage?
Yes.
My British friends are going to be.
I've heard of him
right now. So he's the guy that.
Wait, didn't he make the fucking?
He
WikiLeaks?
got the UK. No, that's Julian Assange. Nigel Farage is the guy who started the movement to get the UK to leave the European
Brexit?
Union.
Oh,
And
yeah, I know
What
that.
I was saying is I'll always support a politician who wants to bring power back to the
countrymen.
people, and he was literally the definition of that. The European Union is this huge
Bullshit.
bureaucracy
Collective.
that is governing over different countries, and he said, "No, I want to bring power back to
Should we leave
back
the
to
UN?
people, and I will always
Should we leave the
support
UN?
people like that." I think there's an argument to be made that
Does the Nicastro party support literally going to the UN saying "fuck this
I
shit"? and
support.
leaving?
I feel like
bringing power back to the people and
Why don't you make a
establishing
stance on the
freedom.
subject? Should we leave
I
the
feel-
UN? Yes or no?
I
I'm
feel
not educated enough to make a good.
Yeah, I agree.
Neither am I.
But like to my best knowledge, I feel like we've gotten to the point where it's like it's a catch-22, you know, or it's like you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place where it's like we have to stay in because all these other powerful countries are still in it. So it's like if we leave, then it's like fuck, because we're part of the big five, right, or the big four that make decisions.
G8 summit.
Well, it's that, but then it's us, Russia, China,
North Korea, Iran.
who else? UK,
Djibouti,
and Germany, I think.
Germany is up there. It should be up there. The UK,
You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking. Like there's 5 countries in the UN that make like
France.
that, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I get what
They're the
I know
big
what you're
dogs.
saying.
That,
They're the big daddies and the heavy hitters, bro.
But like
the big mamas.
But like they have like.
I know you're talking about.
Like they all like those 5, regardless of who are the else.
They have to
in the
agree on
UN.
a
Like,
decision
they
or
have
some
to. They
shit.
have to agree to pass like legislation at the UN level, right?
They were the pants.
But like even if one disagrees, like if China says no, it doesn't go through. So like all 5 out of 5 have to agree. So,
So
but
yeah,
that's,
you're right.
that's,
It's a catch-22.
That's what I mean. So like if the US leaves and we're out of that and like we have no say anything, then it's up to like those 4 countries, like Russia, China, and I forget the other 2. But like then like it's like fuck.
Right, and I don't
So,
know.
Like, it's at that point where you have to stay.
Are they like governing us in a way? Like the thing with the European Union was they were
Agenda 21.
They were making decisions for England, and
Yeah.
the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And Nigel's like, well, why? They're they're unelected bureaucrats.
Yeah.
That are making decisions for our country. That's not how this should work. And
They're
got them out
they're
of it.
appointed
So,
individuals.
if that's anyone you want to look
I
into.
think, like you said, the Constitution.
yeah.
Go. But when I was a baseball player, I'm trying to make a connection between me playing baseball and literally running a nation of people. So I looked up Derek Jeter. Like I would look up advice from like major league players on like how to like how to do things. Like Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter. It was like top 10 rules. There's this Evan Carmichael. I think is the YouTube channel. It's like a paper airplane.
Evan Carmichael?
And he says top 10 rules.
I know
Like top
him.
10, right? So I went to Derek Jeter and he said I think one of his rules was go back to what works, and that usually worked for me. So going back to what works, should the United States refer to the Constitution and edit?
Do you know what that is?
What?
Conservatism.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Yeah, what am I saying? Guys, I have this brand new idea. Let's just go back to what works. No, let's do the opposite. Let's go forward.
But this goes back into a point too. Like it's important to have both conservatism and liberalism because
Yeah,
you need
100%.
conservatism
organize.
to not organize, but like to hold on to what works. But then you need liberalism
To
to
move the ball
expand to
forward.
see what could work better. You
I
know?
just inherently don't. If it's
Classical
not
liberalism.
if it's not,
Classical.
yes. If
Classical.
it's not necessary, I don't like the idea of another human telling another human being what they can and can't do.
yeah.
And I feel like
I feel like we're all right here.
right. Like 5 years ago, if you
I
would
don't know
have
what
asked
I
me,
am
should
here.
we legalize
Libertarian.
every drug? I would say absolutely
No.
fucking not.
No.
But now I would say yes because I don't like the
Cartels
idea
have
of
so much
another,
power,
So
man.
you're a libertarian?
If you legalize all the drugs, won't the cartels just literally
I
vanish?
don't like. Wait, sorry. To answer you, I don't like to box myself into ideologies. That's another thing I think people
I'm the
need to
same
stop.
way,
I need to stop doing.
That's a
But
huge talking
yes,
point
I
for a
think
lot of
you.
libertarians.
If someone was to like classify me as something, you'd probably say libertarian because I just inherently don't like the idea of people telling other people what they
Agreed.
can and can't do.
Agree.
Yeah.
Which might, if that's controversial, let it be controversial. But I don't.
That
Really,
says
I don't think
something
it's a
about
crazy
yourself.
idea,
Yeah.
right?
I don't think being in the Constitution, if you're in the box of the Constitution Party, that doesn't make you a conservative technically in my book.
No.
Because going back to what works is conservatism, going back to a document and modifying it isn't necessarily what works. Because there's a lot of things about those times when that document came out did not work about the country.
Right.
A lot of things. But let me ask you a question. I forgot. I asked it before while he was talking. Do you remember what I asked you? Well, I don't either. So let's move the fuck on.
Wait. Shit.
Do you think it would? Okay. Well,
Well, I again want to hammer this point that I think it's a
Hammer
problem
that bitch.
last point.
People box themselves.
2 hours in. It's
So what? Let's go to 12:30.
I gotta be at 12:30.
Let's go out at 12.
It's like
12:25
right now.
It's
I'm down to keep
12:23.
No, you guys can keep going.
Well, it's
bro.
that, but I-
literally don't care. You guys can keep going.
I'll go,
Rob,
bro.
let's keep it going.
Let's fucking do it. I'm
not?
here.
No, no, but
Will's
that's
last one. It's Will's last one.
by
We gotta
all
go out.
means, do it. I have to go. That's the only reason. I would stay. I just
What is another man telling
Part of
you
the
what you have to
man
do?
No, I
he
have.
just has
I have a-
obligations.
Yeah,
I know.
Perfect obligation.
Good.
Great way.
I'm
So-
down to keep going.
with what?
To yourself or other people?
Myself. I'm trying to go to bed before like a certain time every day.
You leave.
Do it. Hammer it. If that's a goal of yours,
what do you have tomorrow morning?
Don't let anyone tell you.
I don't have anything
otherwise.
tomorrow morning. I just want to start like going to sleep earlier.
Oh my gosh. I
Good.
have to get up early too.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you
I was
otherwise.
going to the gym at 7:30 in the morning, so like.
All right, let's end it.
Go at 8:30.
I can't.
No, let's end it.
No,
Because
no, I feel
I
bad.
go to
like keep going, bro. It's not.
No, I will.
Like,
No, because I go to the gym at 7:30. I get home, shower, get ready, and I have a Zoom call at 9. So
Listen, if the big two make a decision, then that has to happen. The big two. I was relating it to the UN.
The UN.
Yeah, you know who I am in this fucking picture? Who am I?
Russia.
Man, motherfucker.
You're Germany.
I am Germany. But I'm not Angela Merkel. Do not connect me to that
I'm
person.
China.
That woman.
Oh, something we could talk about. That's really. Or you want to end this? It's
No.
totally up to you, Rob.
Say it.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it and finish
Let's
it.
go.
Talk about it and finish it.
All right,
It's about 1%. It's about 1% more. There we go. Come on.
What?
No,
I kind of
say
forget
it.
what I was going to say, but
Damn.
So you're like, oh,
no, because you brought up China, right?
Yeah.
Angela
So,
Merkel, Germany.
There's a couple things I want to say.
they manipulate their currency.
The fact that in the 2016 election that there was a major political party saying that Russia was the greatest threat to the United States is fucking bananas.
Why?
Bananas.
China.
They have the GDP of a small European nation. They really don't have power to do anything. Does Vladimir Putin want to go back to the old Soviet Union? Yes, but if you're overlooking the threat of China, you're a fucking moron.
No, China.
Sorry, I don't mean to be so like.
Wow. Very educated
Straight
terminology
No,
there.
extremely
straight facts.
I just
It's
think
ultra.
that it's
Sometimes
a
when you
joke.
speak in layman terms.
I think it's a joke that we propped up
I
like
used it correctly.
that we propped up Russia as a threat to the United
They're not what they
States,
used to
and
be.
then for the last 4 years said that you had a major political party saying that the president was an asset of Russia for 3 years, then for it to come out that it was just a
hoax.
lie, and we
But
all
then
just
you have a president who is compromised by China.
His son.
literally, like
Yeah.
actually, but
Yeah.
for the last 3 years, like you had a major party saying that Donald Trump was a
Russian
asset
puppet.
of
Yeah.
Russia, and then
That's
it just comes
cute.
out.
Now you have a Chinese puppet.
But then we just go, oh, wasn't true? Whatever.
That's one. Oh for one. Oh for
Whatever,
one. We're
and
good.
then-
We're good.
Whoops.
Oh for one. No biggie.
Yeah, no big
We can
deal.
go. We can get one more. 1 for 2. We're fine. 500 average.
Nah, we'll
Hall
just-
of Fame. Easy.
We'll just
Easy.
pin a virus on him and.
Oh yeah, fucking. That's all his responsibility.
That'll be it.
Because the president has power over everything, right? Let's blame everything on the president.
No, it's men.
9/11 is George Bush's fault.
It's
Fucking
the
the
men
COVID's
in
president.
black suits.
Trump's
And I want to
Tell
nail
the
that I'm not like a
president.
big like Trump guy to begin with. It's just very interesting, and I think
I
this will
agree.
be in textbooks about what happens when someone who is outside of the establishment gets in power, and what the people who had to relinquish power will literally do anything to get it back. And I think
Yeah,
that's
that won't be
a
in the
lesson
textbooks.
that
And
should
you
be
see
learned
that with
from
Trump.
2016 to 2020.
I mean, if you think
I
about
hope it
it,
doesn't
That
get
depends on
glanced
who
over.
writes the textbooks too.
Yes.
No, but, like,
Either
if you-
it could
if you
be
think
he was
about
the
it-
worst president ever, like written down in textbooks in like 20 years from now, or he was one of the most like I don't know, polarizing at least, but not like the devil how he's made out to be now.
yeah. So like think about.
fired.
So this is all right. So thought-provoking question, or like just a thought exercise. All right. First, it has to be on the basis like, do you agree that there is higher control at levels that we don't understand within the government?
Don't know.
Like, do you
Same
think,
thing goes for reality. Are there higher things that we
okay,
can understand?
It's
I don't
yes or
know.
no. It's yes or no.
No, it's a I don't know question, my
Wait,
friend.
So do you?
Wait,
all right.
ask
So
the question again.
So do you think that there's powers at hand that we don't see at face value that make bigger decisions within the government?
Yes.
Like
I'm
behind-
agnostic.
you mean, like,
I
the
don't
deep
know.
state type
Yes.
shit?
Like okay, deep
Yeah,
state. Okay,
yeah,
like
the Men in Black are real.
okay.
Is it
but-
even a question at this point?
Yeah. Okay. So right. Okay. So is there agreement that okay, for lack of better terms, there's a deep state?
I don't know.
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay. So good. So based off of that, don't you think? All right, and remove any names. This is literally just like using the structure. If there was somebody who threatened the deep state, who got all the way through and got into a high political office that again threatened the deep state, wouldn't you think that the deep state would deploy all of its powers and then do anything at any given cost to paint that figure who threatens them as some type of antichrist?
I've thought that.
Yes,
It's
but
that's a power.
the sad part is people will call us conspiracy theories for thinking
no,
this,
but
Well, it depends. Is the deep state egocentric or are they altruistic?
oh my
I mean,
gosh.
all you have to do is look at like
You're classifying
that
them as egocentric
things
before
that
they
have
even have a
happened in
chance.
the past.
What if they're altruistic? What if they're trying to do what they think is best for us? Even if it may be fucking not, they might think it is. We can't leave it in the hands of politicians. They're going to fuck it up. They're blind. The politicians are blind. They're owned by bankers. So we should leave it to the deep state. They could be altruistic for all we know.
No, but
Sorry,
that
just
is
fucked
a
your
hard
mind.
point. No,
I'm retiring from
At that
podcast.
point, I have to leave,
Thank you.
guys. But keep going.
I'm gonna sign off here too.
Wait, you just said
Yeah, you said you're waking up 7:30. I thought we were
You said
finishing
you
this
wanted
bitch.
to
I mean,
longer.
we can. I mean, if we're all leaving,
I'm not-
I was down to go for like another like.
If you're willing to
I'm
go
down to
again,
just go until it.
stay on. I'm staying on air.
Stay on.
I'm staying on air. I'm just fixing my hair.
By all
That
means.
rhymed. Linda Blair.
Are you a poet?
What's the longest podcast? But I would be like Alex Jones right now. We
This
gotta
one.
break the record.
Come on, Joe. You're getting fucked up on election night, right? Come on. Let's go. What are we doing?
Come on, Joe.
Fucking great food for thought, bro. I hope
Yes.
we get to talk again in the future, man.
Absolutely.
You're
Wow,
fucking dope
you guys
as
shake
fuck.
hands
It
like
was good
that.
seeing
You're a
you.
great guest.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, bro. Oh shit.
Jesus.
Okay,
Christ, it's fucking close.
let's put the ghost of Rob's garage on that chair. Let him talk. Goodbye, Daniel.
I'll probably see you soon.
watch the cables.
Yep. I'm really
Watch the
fuck,
mirror.
man. Okay, so Will, when you're watching this is a reminder. When you watch this as some later view, look up Roman civilization and make connections to the United States, and look up Roman playwrights.
And Nigel Farage.
Because if Roman playwrights, Nigel Farage, yeah, if Roman playwrights did really well, and Roman whatever, like people in like intellectuals or whatever did really well at that time, I could probably adopt a very similar formula to them, and it would be very successful in this time because there's a pattern. Will, look up fucking. I don't know if Aeschylus is Roman. Look up that motherfucker Aeschylus if he is. What?
Whatever.
No, I'm all right. Thank you. I'm an isolationist like a real American is.
You know what I'm
You
gonna
hear that,
do?
Jared?
My
You hear
mom's
that?
not watching this for.
Hey, Jared, you hear that?
Like,
I'm
you know what
an
I'm gonna do?
isolationist like a real American. I stay off the couch.
I'm gonna hold the mic like this.
I dare you. I thought about that. I was going to get up and just make my public service announcement. Like Empire Central Radio is the greatest radio station of all time. No
I
cap.
love that you said that because that's like a memory I totally forgot about. But
Yep.
Really.
yeah,
I'm
great game.
I'm just enjoying this.
We used to bond over that game.
We did bond, and we never played it together, which is even
because
cooler.
it was single player,
It was single player,
which does make
single
sense.
man,
game?
single player.
Mafia
game?
2.
Mafia
yeah.
2.
Loved it. But yeah, where were we talking
I'm
about?
walking down the track.
Have you all played Fallout
I got
3?
tears
Fallout 3,
in
Greg.
my
New
eyes.
Vegas.
Trying to
Yeah,
read a letter.
I took like when I said Counter-Strike Global Offensive, that was a huge part of my life, and
Dude.
I don't want to say I regret it at all because there was something behind that game, like a community aspect that I had never seen with games before, and like a pro scene and all these like really cool things that are starting like to become more mainstream. Like, do you remember like when it was very like you didn't tell anyone that you were a gamer?
Well, I'm not
I
a
kept
gamer, but
And
it was at
maybe
a point.
Rob, you could speak on this as a PC gamer. You didn't fucking tell anyone. It was
To
like
a point.
it was a
Right.
closet thing.
But then like come like sophomore year, I felt like it started to become acceptable.
Twitch, is that what that made things change? You think people actually started making money off it? You're not cool. Nothing's cool unless it makes money.
yeah.
Is that
maybe.
true?
I think you had companies like and brands like FaZe Clan. These companies I respect a lot, like FaZe Clan, Optic, Cloud9, all these organizations that really brought. I would say FaZe was kind of the organization that paved the way to make gaming like a cool part of like society and like a lifestyle thing instead of like something you should
yeah.
be embarrassed of.
No, yeah, that's very important because then like you started seeing.
You seem very comfortable and lounging, relaxed.
No, yeah, I'm
That's
chilling
nice.
right now. I think
Well, very
like
covert.
what you're what
Very covert.
covert.
Keep going. Excuse me.
I think like agreeing, like stemming off what you said, just saying it in a different way that the way I thought of it and that landed for me was like seeing what gaming was able to do, and then it provided a lifestyle to these group of kids who were just fucking good at a game with like a luxurious lifestyle. So then it started becoming cool. That was like the 10th time you did
I know.
that.
The first time we did it, I was like, I can't laugh.
Because it's too high. I gotta lower this thing, but keep going.
Yeah. So but like that's what I started to see. And then like so that was like 2012, like when MW2 montage.
Joseph Kony, 2012.
You know, it's cool. You got to see like this group of kids that all met like we all had that relationship with people that like you've met online. You build a relationship with them and you don't know them.
Okay. Oh wait, real
And
quick.
then video games rob your motivation.
Wait, let me finish
and
this. Let me finish this. It was very cool. Sorry, Rob, but it was very cool to see like when like the original like New York FaZe House was a thing, and you're seeing these kids that all met each other online pave their path and like kind of in a way achieve like the American dream, start their own brand business, and it's now a multi-million-dollar organization.
No.
Maybe
I read something.
I don't know what they're evaluating.
No, I read something today by the year 2025, 27, something like that esports are going to be a bigger industry by like worth than football. Or not football, I mean like soccer. Like like European football.
Oh wow.
I don't know. Yeah,
I hope that happens.
Right, that'd be sick.
I'm a full supporter of like esports.
The market goes where the market goes,
and all that stuff. Like if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. If that's your prerogative, like go for it. And if you think you have a talent for it, fucking do it, dude.
I mean, look at fucking dudes like PewDiePie, Ninja, Mr. Beast, Dream. You know Dream? Mm-hmm. He's the dude. He does like the sick like Minecraft like things. So like so whatever. But but like all these dudes, they have like fucking like 8-figure subscriber marks, and like they get millions of views per video, and like they make
shout out Alex Becker.
That dude robbed me of my money.
Based. You bought one of his
back in the day.
Never know.
$1,000.
It's investment.
Yeah, but I did
best investment yourself.
I sometimes it's not.
Keep going.
Well, that was a good investment. You learned.
How do you feel about gaming? Keep going.
What?
You're talking about PewDiePie and all these guys.
Oh,
hammer the point.
Yeah, they're basically like these dudes. They're good at what they do, and they make 6-figure, 7-figure incomes doing it. So like, you can literally do fucking anything on the internet now.
What's the part of the you said hammer? What's the part of the hammer that actually pulls it back? Pulls back the nail. Do you know what that is?
Asking
all right, so whatever the fucking part of the hammer is.
Are you asking about what the name is?
Yeah. Whatever the plier part of the hammer is, I want to ply a point back.
Crow.
You know, y'all fellas over.
Can I pull this and lounge back? Like,
yeah.
I want to.
So y'all fellas are talking about like supporting esports, and like I'm not talking about the existence of esports. I'm talking about video games themselves. Do you think you should be a little more careful with video games? Because what is the effect it has on you? Like, does it rob you of motivation? Does it rob you of the desire to achieve? Does it rob you of these things? Is it escapism? Is escapism a good thing?
If you're gonna make this argument,
all right, looking at how you hold that and seeing like how I'm holding it, that looks awkward. So I'm gonna hold it like this now.
I don't think it's awkward. I think it's kind of cool.
Okay, I know the argument you're trying to make.
And you have unconscious personalities that want to play themselves out. Like, I don't want to kill anyone, but like, hey man, it's good to let out a little bit of the me that would fight in World War I and want to fuck people up.
Like, I don't even like see it. It's all escapism, right? Watching a movie.
Everything's escapism, yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make is like, we demonized video games for such a long. These kids like my parents.
They're gonna fucking kill people.
My parents. These kids waste all these times playing these fucking video games, but they're sitting in front of watching television.
It's the same thing
for 5 hours.
It's like the Gary Vee thing that said like, oh, like you think people are so distracted. It's like people are reading newspapers on the subway now. They're just looking at their phone.
Exactly.
Well, I'm saying like it's not. I'm not saying it's like movies are good and video games are bad. I'm saying like
different medium.
I'm saying be aware of the prices. Be aware of the costs. Sure. Like your desire to achieve, your desire to achieve, your motivation. Like those things go on whether I watch a movie or I'm fucking play video games. It's like I'm just saying be careful.
No, I totally agree, but I just think that you have to make that point when it comes to any type of escapism, and to just single out video games. I would make the argument.
I think that's blind if you say
playing a video game is more like you're using your brain more. I was just talking
about this. Like I'm happy. Like I got out of video games when I did because like I was up to something really big in my life that really challenged me, and I didn't really achieve it, the vision I had, but I went really fucking far and I learned a lot. But like, there is something about whether I'm playing video games or because I played it for so long, that reflexes, being able to think on my feet. Yeah. I mean, maybe it makes me impatient, which is a net negative, or it could be it could be net positive depending on who you talk to and depending on which situation. But like, there are things I've learned from video games that are invaluable.
Yeah,
but the prices, totally, we have to know the prices of what. Just know what you're getting yourself into. Like, no, be neutral about video games. Not be neutral. Yeah, be neutral. I think I'm very neutral about video games at this point because I'm like, there are beauties in it and there are prices to it.
I agree with that.
But I support esports. Let the market do whatever the fuck it wants. Whatever.
I think it's really cool.
Amen, brother.
I'll put it out there. I went to an event. I went to me. Shout out Ty. My brother.
Tyler Pastoric. Shout out.
I forget who else was there.
Oh yeah, how's Nick doing?
He's good.
Oh yeah, I just remember he's
a good basketball player, and it pisses me off sometimes because he's fucking me up.
Yeah, he's good. But what's it called?
Like
we went to. It was called ESL One New York. It was at the Barclays Center. It was in 2017. We got to see. I mean, there was a bunch of organizations there. And
what games were they playing?
Counter-Strike. That was like
that's
our
cool.
game. And it was one of the coolest fucking events that I'd ever been to.
Going back to a question that started this whole podcast off, what was the biggest game within the decade? Honestly, it might be Counter-Strike.
No, League of Legends easily. Not even.
Battlefield. My game is Battlefield 3.
American industry.
I don't even know.
I guess Call of Duty franchise.
I don't think it would be Counter-Strike, to be honest. It's up there.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I'm just naming big shit.
Yo, Jared, do you remember we used to play Guild Wars?
Yeah.
Guild Wars 2?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, good times.
If you're still listening,
I'm about to buy a new PC.
Really?
Yeah, but like it's going to be more focused. Like I'm getting it for like,
editing. More RAM and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because I do all my shit off this laptop, which is good. Like it was an expensive laptop. It can handle all of it, but like editing, like today, like there's certain things like where you, like I've gotten to the point where my skills are requiring me to get better equipment, which is cool. So
good for you.
Yeah, right.
Outgrowing your equipment.
Yeah.
Man versus machine.
Yeah,
it's a great topic.
So come my next paycheck, I'm gonna invest like $2,000 in like a nice fucking PC.
Yeah, I definitely don't play as much as I do, and I'm not gonna say like I play because I like to, but I also play because I like to be aware of what's going on.
Let me ask you a question.
You know what game I want to play so fucking bad?
What game?
Forever. Civilization.
Never played it. That's cool though.
It's a fucking great. You would
love
it's
like a strategy game. It's like a board.
It's
game
a tile-based strategy game, and like you have to build an empire and a civilization, and like there's like different ways you can win. You can win by religion influence on the world. You can win by science domination, by like being the first civilization to like colonize Mars, or you can like win by total domination by just like completely
military
wiping,
state, like be like Sparta.
No, like wipe out every other civilization through military force. Like there's different ways to win, and like it's just a fucking cool game.
That's cool as hell.
I think you would like it.
Jared, do you think do you think a possible solution of, the political, like that whole fucking bag of tricks, because I just can't say all of it right now because it would just take hours, right? Do you think a possible solution is not allowing politicians to become career politicians? Like term limits to the fucking nth degree.
Yeah, I think that's a start, but I don't think that's the remedy
for
the whole solution. And again, until there's accountability and until people start really giving a shit and like really understanding the effects of what these people can and can't do, it's
because let me ask you this, because I was talking to someone about like Trump and Pence and what's going on right now and whatever the hell's going on, and seeing, like, I asked someone, I was like, oh, do you think like did Pence turn his back on Trump? And the person I was talking to was like, yeah, 100%. And I was like, now, did he actually do that because he believes in it, or because he's a career politician that's trying to cover his ass? Is it more about his career or what he thinks is right?
Always doing.
And I think if you eliminate the whole career aspect of politics, like, is that, or if you minimize it, is that more towards the light? I'm just
reluctant to say that because, like,
because there's a negative to that, like there's a big drawback.
Because if there was a day again where there was accountability, I'm reluctant to say term limits is a solution, because if there was a day where people actually held these people accountable, like I've been saying,
we wouldn't. If
you
had
someone who really had the public's interest in their eye, would you want that person to leave? Like, if they're doing a good job and people are holding them accountable, they would get reelected. The problem is they know how to get reelected in today's context of what politics is.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? It's like
they're pandering.
No matter what, like, I think as it goes with many areas in life in terms of succeeding in the game of being a politician, or even someone like Donald Trump who wasn't a politician. I mean, hypothetically, you could say he was a politician, but whatever. Like,
he's politically active.
Yeah, politically active. Maybe it's just human nature and the way market works and the way people are and the way, this is nature. Well, this isn't fucking sunshine and rainbows and cotton candy. It sucks that even if you want to do good for other people and be altruistic, you still have to, especially as a politician, develop that Machiavellian side. Like, you have to be able to play both games. Yeah. You have to be virtuistic and you have to be a fucking rotten man or woman. Yeah.
Would you rather be feared or loved?
I'd rather be feared, but
same,
if not both. That's just me personally, and that's just because I listen to the stories and the quotes of the books.
I'd rather be feared for what I can do and loved for who I am.
I like that.
I also think, I have something else to say, but it's not related.
See, but that's would you rather be like that? I feel like that's like a huge signaler
character.
No, that's a huge
virtue signal.
So think about it. Would you respect a man more who has the strongest sword and uses it, or the man who has the same exact strong sword and chooses not to use it and like is still able to accomplish the same thing at the end of?
Neither. I think it depends on the situation.
No, but like no.
Everything is situational. Like I asked the same question. Yeah, it is. All these questions I ask both you and especially, and you're asking me right now, is like, would you rather this or that, black and white, black or white? It's like balance for me is the answer, and the big part of it is it's situational, because sometimes at some points in your life, some period of time, or even just a moment, you need a man who will swing that motherfucking sword like an idiot.
Of course.
But you also need him to be balanced sometimes. I think things operate in patterns, things operate in scales, things operate in terms of balance and equilibrium, and that never-ending pendulum swing, and things operate in moment-to-moment, specific case-by-case basis.
But what I was trying to
the world is complicated, Rob.
No, yeah, I was about to tie in Jordan Peterson.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Isn't it complicated? Tell me it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Look at me, Jared. Tell me I'm complicated. Is this complicated?
Very.
Thank you. Keep going.
Complicated. I mean, the lobsters, there's this hierarchy within the lobsters and the male dominance.
It's chaos.
There's dominance.
You have to climb the hierarchy.
There's dominance.
With competence.
And you know what?
Isn't
and
it
keep
sad
turning
that
Jared's head.
Isn't it sad that a guy like that is a controversial figure?
No.
Yes.
Because you know what it is to me? You know what controversy is to me? All controversy is saying to me is, look at that motherfucker. He's changing things.
I get that side of it. I'm meaning it more. It's sad that like
his new book is coming out.
Things he's saying that shouldn't be like hot takes.
To us, but to people who find him controversial, they're like, no, it's not. He's fucking terrible. Look what he's doing. We need to censor them. We need to censor them.
The people that find him controversial.
Relative, Rob. It's relative, Jared Bear.
The people that find him controversial are the ones that I felt
are controversial or find him to be in the wrong.
In the okay. So I can say he's controversial, like, obviously. So people that find him in the wrong or feel that the things that he says are offensive are more likely than
missing
not
the point. I think they're missing the point of what he's saying.
Missing the point, and B, the same people that he's trying to get through to.
100%.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's not a one size all fits approach. And I think, listen, other people's voices is information. This is my ideal. Other people's opinions and voices are information, and you can learn from anything and everyone, no matter what, whether it's doing everything they say or doing nothing they say or somewhere in the middle, usually somewhere in the middle. However, the most important teacher is yourself. The most important student is yourself and your inner voice. But you can learn a lot from other people and other things, no matter what.
I also struggle with this because I think the three of us are all like very deep thinkers. We like to question things. Like, just because someone tells us something, we don't immediately believe it.
We don't take it at face value.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people, like, I always relate this to, like, I guess the easiest thing to relate it to is Trump, but it's like, man on TV, tell me orange man bad. Whereas the three of us, I would think, would hear orange man bad. Okay, I'm gonna look into why.
How?
Why? What's the reasoning?
Who, what, where, when, why?
Where and why?
I've had to like realize that not everyone is like that.
Not everyone's the bad man. You think people are inherently evil? People who believe that look at everyone inherently evil and are afraid. People are inherently whatever the fuck they are. You take people at face value and then you investigate. People are whatever the fuck they are. And what are they? I don't fucking know. I'll find out, motherfucker. I'll find out, though.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Jared, what's your favorite song from Empire Central Radio? Or what's the one that comes up? Like, what's a good
Frank
one?
Sinatra.
Why do birds? What is it?
Sing so gay.
Yeah, that's
love is the na-na-na-na-na. Why do they fall in love? Frankie Lyman and
Mad
the Teenagers.
Dog.
That's a good song.
Why do fools fall in love? Oh wait, no. Yeah, why? The Why do fools fall in love? When my voice was high and I could actually sing, and then I became a man. I would bop that song in the shower, bro, every fucking day. So, you know what today I was singing? What? I was singing in the shower because I was thinking about this podcast and bringing up the Empire Central thing. I was thinking about 900 Miles by Billy Merman, if you know that song. I'm walking down the track. I got tears in my eyes. I'm not going to go there because Rob is obviously not enjoying this. The other thing is After the Lights Go Down Low by Albert Hibbler. And then Rags to Riches by Jackie Wilson. I don't know.
Jackie Robinson.
No, I think it might be Jackie Wilson. I'm not sure, but not Tony
Newberry.
No, who's the guy that sings Rags to Riches from Goodfellas? Tony, famous classical. He sang with Lady Gaga, fucking like 50s crooner guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
I have a separate point.
Tony Bennett. Not Tony Bennett, Rags to Riches.
Can I say
Jackie
something
Wilson.
about...
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like...
I was just ranting, riffing.
Because you brought up like Tony Newberry, and shout out to you, Nick. Very happy that you're...
Who's Nick?
I know him.
He's Nick to me.
I know him as Nick Lorenzo, but shout out to him because he's like has a passion and he's going for it. But it's sickening the amount of people that like... I don't want to. I'm obviously not going to name names, but like people that will like look at that kid, like he's so stupid, like he thinks he could actually make it. He like the demonization like of people like trying to go for a goal is just so like sickening to me, and I just hope he tunes that out, I would assume.
You know what that is? Those are the people that are going to tell the story of how they know him and how they're friends when he's successful.
Okay, it's just like sickening to me that's even a thing.
That's that in the future, but what it's showing about them currently is just they're projecting their own securities onto somebody else because they're at some type of level they are insecure, or they're bashing themselves of like he's actually
they're talking to a version of themselves.
Yeah. So any type of
that they hate and they're putting down.
Look, the world is a
I hate to single him out. It was just you said it.
I know, yeah, no, but like no, he's a great example because we know him very personally, and like you know him,
to a degree.
and then
it never stops, Jer Bear.
And then B, it's like he's like a prime example of like somebody who's still like in that come up stage where it's like
he's doing the same thing as them, except it's actually uplifting. He's talking to himself. He's talking to the world to him, and I think the world to artists.
What did we say before?
Projecting yourself onto other people.
Sometimes you need to speak to yourself.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he needs the affirmations, but like people are talking to every. Oh my God, there's this book. I think it's called Dark Side of the Light Chasers, and it's a great book. I've read it, and it's fucking huge. And I think it was that book, but it was saying everyone is the world.
Book recommendation.
The world is a hologram of yourself. Like every person you talk to is a version of yourself, and vice versa. So it's like you can choose what messages you want to relay to other people, and therefore to yourself.
That's actually goes back
Nick
to
sends. I'm calling him Nick because that's what I call him. But Nick sends, I think, inspirational, uplifting messages.
Yeah.
And whether that's corny or not, he's choosing the message he sends other people and therefore himself. Every person is a version of yourself you talk to, Jared.
Yeah, no, I don't really know, like, because I told you guys how I'm like making a conscious effort to stay off social media. So that's why I'm not like in the loop of everything that's going on. But I will never, ever, 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 ever knock someone for chasing a dream. And I just wish that was a mentality that more people had. Like, it's pretty disgusting.
Like, I don't want to chase a dream. I want to forge my reality. It's different.
It's interesting because I'm starting to think of like, why? Because it's not necessarily easier to demonize somebody, but like why?
I think it takes less effort.
Not really.
It's not as challenging to lose. It's challenging to win, but like to try to win.
It's really not that effortful.
Is it easier to not go to the gym or go to the gym?
Well, that's completely different.
I think it's the complete same thing. Is it easier to go towards something that's challenging but you want, or take the easy road, take the not the beaten path?
Yeah, but no, that's not what I'm saying. Like I'm not asking why. Is that me?
That was me.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that, please, because that's picking up. But
it's picking up. Pick a truck.
So what I was framing it around was not the angle of like why they're doing it to the degree where you're saying that they were jealous. Obviously, okay, that's like a whole nother reason why. I'm just saying, why is it that people choose to demonize as opposed to just give a fucking like on a post or just shut their mouth, you know? Like what
hive mind?
But like
you're not saying why, you're saying what? You said that.
I get, yeah, like what calls somebody to do that?
I think to some degree it's like maybe like
to join the herd.
No. I heard this in like a Joe Rogan like inspirational thing. It's like, imagine if you had
a film crew.
No. That's a good point. Yeah. But I know but to go back to what I was saying, like I was lucky enough to have parents that celebrated success. When we saw someone who was even more successful than, like, it was like, oh, that guy or girl put in a lot of work to get rid of that, and we celebrated success. But imagine you grew up with some guy like your dad, and he was just like, oh, like, look at that guy, fuck that guy, like, fuck that rich guy, like, he doesn't deserve it. And like, imagine that was
rich
the household you grew up in. So like to kids who like grew up in those types of household, like maybe that's a reason why that stuff happens. But like,
yeah,
it's the pattern.
But then like, where did that originate?
It's the pattern they grew up. It's patterns, man. It's just patterns, I think, and patterns change.
So like also, but like
demonization of success.
But like with this day and age, it's like, how is that still a thing too? Because
the internet.
Yeah, because now you see
resistance. It's physics.
But like you see,
isn't it physics, Rob? Every fucking force has an equal and opposite. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
I guess
it's just physics. It's going to happen.
Apply that, but it's more of like pseudoscience at that point.
I disagree, but continue.
No, like it's.
I think the way an ecosystem operates, like herd mentality, is huge. That's been proven.
Yeah,
I think that dictates a lot of people's behavior. Like people that choose to stick out, better watch your ass.
Yeah.
The crowd will get you. Some crowds will get you.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's cute.
I'm saying physics in terms of like, it's directly relatable. You're right. It's maybe
that's what I was.
But I'm saying like how it actually manifests itself. I think it's completely true.
It's a law of nature.
It shows up very true to me. It's not like irrefutable, but it shows up very true to me that laws and physics are very similarly connected. Because I'm a Renaissance man and I can connect everything.
I think I have a good question. We could go down a rabbit hole.
Fucking fire me up. Questions are better than answers.
Do you think, and maybe
aren't questions better than answers?
I might.
Oh wait, quick.
Go ahead.
Before I was going to say a book recommendation, Relentless. I'm reading that right now. Fucking
Should we all give a book recommendation right
by
now?
Tim Grover. He was the basketball coach for Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, and like a few other people. But he talks about fitness, obviously, but he uses sports.
No, I'm saying he's a
metaphors.
fitness coach.
Yeah. But like, fucking great book. Actually, this is my wallpaper. I wrote down like the 13 relentless like attributes, and like I made that my phone background because it's good. It's a good book. I'll lend it to you next time.
Well, book rec.
No, you go next because I need a minute.
Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. And
fire.
Tribes by Seth Godin.
You've been saying that since high school.
Yeah, I read that. I probably read that book 25 times.
You know what Seth Godin said at the end of his TED Talk? Go start a movement. Just start a movement, man. And I was like, fuck.
What's really about like the importance of like surrounding yourself with good people and like your reflection.
Jim
of
Rohn.
People you're closest
You got to change your
You're
environment.
the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Love that.
Book recommendation? You're asking the hard questions tonight. Can I actually have like 15, 20 seconds to like actually think about it before I say it?
Okay, so Jared, what were you saying originally before my book recommendation?
Good question to pose. And I might word this bad, but like I always think about like, you know how like you'll say like, oh, I'm smarter than my parents, right? Is there an argument to be made that like the Gen Zers are smarter because we've had access to the internet at such like an easy rate
at a malleable age too,
for our whole lives? Like we've like I love the quote like Google is the new mommy. Like how many times does someone ask you a question, you're like, why are you asking me? Just Google it and you'll be able to figure it out. But like it raises the question like, are we, I don't want it. Maybe smarter isn't even
resourceful.
The word. More resourceful because we grew up with access to every piece of information that's ever existed.
So I think so
I have a book recommendation
just because
before you answer that question.
This goes okay.
There's a couple books. So I'm gonna name 2 or 3. You're gonna agree to the first one. Way of the Superior Man.
Yep. David Dita.
Number 2, Intuition by Osho.
Yes.
Okay. Number 3, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Seth something
Robert Moore
and Douglas Gillette.
Yep.
And then
It's all right.
the Bible. Because I read it when I was a kid, and I think it's manifesting itself in my life in weird ways. And I'm not even saying I'm a Catholic. I'm just saying like it's showing up in a very non-religious way.
The Bible was a science textbook before science was a thing.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
in a way. Yeah. All right, please continue your conversation.
It explains things in metaphors because that's how people talked back then. But anyway, and now I have a few more book recommendations they made me think of.
Let's just go on with book recommendations.
The War of Art, not the Art of War.
Yeah. Steve
not
Pressfield.
not the no, not the Art of War. The War of Art. Great fucking book. It
Steve
talks about like writer's block,
Creativity,
really
anything you want to do that's challenging.
like writer's block. Obviously, like it
Talks about resistance. That physical reaction.
Yes.
Honestly, okay. Now,
what else?
Can I ask another question?
Let me finish my book recommendations. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Obviously, fucking like that was like the first of its, not the first of its kind, but like the prime granddaddy example of like
The Big Daddy.
self help books. Dale Carnegie, great book. Also, it was a good book when I read it, but I need to reread it to see if it is still held up to its value at the time that I read it. King by Elliot Hulse, great book because it encompasses like all that stuff. Like it's like physical fitness and then mental fitness and how they're like correlated. Which
my next book recommendation is my first book that will be published, and I'm not sure when or which one will be published first. That's my next book recommendation. That's my number 1.
Gotcha.
Can I ask another question?
Back to my book recommendation. One last one. Mastery by Robert Greene. Actually, Mastery by Robert Greene. Life. And 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
You know, bro, fucking that one always gets swept under the rug for me because I didn't finish reading Mastery. The first section of Mastery about finding what you're meant to do, I read that at a time in my life, changed. I'm not like I can't even explain to anyone here how that blew my mind.
Like,
it clicked.
Yeah.
It fucking clicked. And it goes back to what I was saying. It's not so much the specific occupation. It's what I was doing all the time and how could I relate that to an occupation that exists. Like, everything I was doing was based off playing characters and playing people and adopting the patterns of people around me.
You know, that's what happened to me too. That's what happened to me too. But like, it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen from mastery. But
it happened at a point, like the same exact thing. Like, I think I talked about this here on the podcast before, right? Remember when I told you I was with Nick? Mm-hmm. It happened on November 11th, 2020.
It happened in Monterey.
Yeah, but I was in Staten Island with Nick, and I was editing
Staten Island.
Hey,
how you doing? Get the fuck out of you. Go fuck your cousin. What are you doing? How you doing?
Jersey boy up in Staten Island. You know how
I'm from Howell, New Jersey. I claim no other.
Yeah, no, I'm just
sigils.
I'm just New Jersey.
No other houses besides Ritwigger.
So anyway, I was with Nick Lorenzo, aka Tony Newberry, and then we were editing a video for him. I was putting together like a vlog doc. Have you check that out? I'll send you the link.
He's off social media, my man.
I know, yeah, but like you never know. But
you never know.
You don't know now you know.
You never know. Someone will know what that is.
You never know.
Keep going.
Pause.
You never know.
Pause.
By Immortal Technique.
Pause. Oh shit.
Rest in peace. T-Hack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
So let me finish. So that
finish your recommendation.
Sorry, but I just got interrupted by an acapella over there.
You just like explaining things very long-windedly.
Yes, because I like to take my time and
I like. You know what I like? Irreducible complexity. Explaining the most complex thoughts in the simplest manner.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
I like Joe Rogan.
That's why I like Nietzsche. I mean, Nietzsche doesn't do that, even though he says he does.
So I was with Nick Lorenzo. We're editing a video for him. I was putting together like a mini like docuseries, like vlog kind of thing over the content that he's got over the past couple of years. And while I was doing that, we started like I was waiting for something to render. And then like we're just bullshitting. And I was like, you know what? Let's check out all these old videos that I edited. And that's when I saw the Pride Party video. Remember we put that together?
Dude, you got way better memory than me. But
the Pride Party, we did it from I'll pull it up. I still have it, but
show me before.
It's funny as fuck. You're in it, and like anyway. So like I was showing that video, then I saw another video I did, and like there was a project that like all you had to do was make a poster, but then I ended up like I asked the teacher like, can I make a video instead, like doing it, and she's like, sure, and I was like, but then. So then I started to realize, and then I pulled up that old Minecraft video that has like 500 something thousand views, right? And then I started going back on my old YouTube channels, like 11 years ago now. Like I used to make Lego videos, like when I was like in 5th grade, and like that got like 10,000 views, like back then, and like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I started seeing all this shit, and I was like, holy fuck! Like just like what Will said, he's like, what do you already do that you can do like professionally? And then like that didn't like come up in my head at the time, but like. At the time, it made me think like, holy fuck, I've been doing this for literally 10 years. Like, I love creating content like to put out there like that, like regardless if it's Legos, fucking Minecraft or podcasting or anything or vlog. Like, I just like being able to like move my finger across like the cursor and type certain things, and like those specific keystrokes create this piece of art that people can just watch and like relive and like tell a story. Like, you know, it was just so insane. Like, dude, I'll never forget that moment of my life. Like, I'm glad somebody else was there to witness it, because I couldn't begin to explain the amount of weight that lifted off my shoulders, because for so long, like I tried to like figure out like what's my thing, like what
are the two most important days of your life? That used to be your bio, Mark Twain.
The day you're born and the day you find out why. Yep. That used to be my bio?
Used to be in your Twitter bio, I think, a while ago. And your fucking header was Arnold St. Conquer. Yeah. I remember. I just remember that like a picture, but I remember nothing else.
See, you know what I like? You know what I like? I feel like maybe somebody else at the same exact moment saw that same exact time, and like that's all they remember of me, and like that's awesome.
That is dope. You're setting your frequency.
Yeah. No, like I feel like for a long time, I mean, I've like had this unique aura of myself.
Everyone has a unique aura.
Well, that's like what Will said before. Like the one thing that you said stuck with me was when you asked me what party do you belong to, and I said the Nicastro party. It's like those little things that I don't even remember stuck with you. Like that's kind of crazy.
Is there anything that I have done in the past that has stuck with either of you?
Yes. 3rd grade. When you went to our elementary school teacher and she was explaining.
I think I know where you're going with this, and I'm so proud of this.
He goes, our third grade teacher, she was hot, and like in third grade bullshit like that. And then like she was like talking like I forget how it came up. She
worked at a restaurant.
She used to be a waitress for a restaurant. And then Will goes, third grade, keep in mind, like 7 years old. Where'd you work, Hooters? And then facts. And then she was like, Will. And then like, and you're just like you just like hid under the desk and like.
That was a little.
Yeah, but like no. Okay, so on a serious note, something that like stuck out to me from you.
I don't need the limelight. I just was curious about one thing, just one thing.
I don't know, but that was just funny. That came up.
I think I tooted your horn in the beginning, but that was you did. That was my biggest thing. Was I remember having very good intellectual conversations and like being able to,
even when we were in high school.
That's what
because I wouldn't have even thought myself that
you sat behind me senior year with.
Yeah, but I did goof off a lot with you and Connor though.
Sure, I'm sure we did, but I knew you were a person that if I wanted to have that good conversation with, that I was gonna get that.
You're capable.
Yeah, you're capable. Not many people are like that.
I remember fifth grade, Boy Scouts. I remember like after we did our popcorn sales, we got prizes if you had certain things, and then I remember you got a binocular set.
Holy fuck.
And I remember you like were looking at me through the binoculars and you're like and I was like we're just like being dumbass kids. That? And then I remember I hit it by accident or some shit. I did some stupid shit and it broke. And then like I remember like your mom was like pissed at me and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. And like, and then like I remember Jackner?
Yes.
I remember his mom was like, I remember Stephen Cantinelli wasn't there. So like so she gave him your prize. Yep. Or she gave you his prize.
Can I ask you guys a non sequitur now? Yeah. Thank you for sharing, by the way.
Let's skip. I know I asked you that question before about the internet. Let's just skip over it because it's pretty obvious that.
What? Wait, what?
I said, do we think like our generation is smarter? Let's just skip over it because the honest truth is we just have more access to more information than they did.
That reminds me to the point where
we're more aware.
There's the difference between like actual intellect and being able to regurgitate.
Other great book. Yeah. Think on These Things by Jiddu Krishnamurti. It will fuck your mind. Like it will fuck your mind. Thank you.
Fuck it.
Okay, so can I ask you guys another question? Name an influential person, thinker, anyone that you barely hear about that has made a tremendous impact on your mind and the way you live your life. Like name the guy that like is so personal to you, or the girl that's so personal to you, like you just don't hear about, but like even if there's someone that's big. For me,
Elliot Hulse.
What about you, Jared? If you say Peter Schiff, I'm gonna smack you. I'll smack your leg, but I'll smack you.
There's a bunch, but I would say like in recent times, like I would put Yes Theory, that group, those motherfuckers.
Yes Theory?
Yes Theory.
What is Yes Theory? Saying yes to everything?
Channel. No, it's like they just they have a YouTube channel where
it's motivational content.
It's literally their brand is called Seek Discomfort. I'm wearing their sweatshirt right now.
Okay.
Like it's motivational. It's just like, again, like that whole concept of seeking discomfort to earn comfort. Like, and they like their videos that they put out, like follow that to a T. It's like them trying new things. And if I had never been exposed to that YouTube channel, which is, it's like crazy that I'm even saying this, like I don't think I'd be in the place that I'm at now. And I think I would still be in that extremely depressive state. Because I've learned so like just that whole concept of like not being afraid to go put yourself out there and try new things, and that I learned so much from them. Like I would say in recent times, Yes Theory, but I can name a million people.
Yeah, I think we all can name a million people because we're just learners. But for me, my biggest one, and especially in the past like 2 years, is Leonardo da Vinci. I think one of the biggest things he taught me. Yeah. Two big things. Number one, everything connects. Everything absolutely connects. You can learn, not even learning from everything is a Krishnamurti thing that I heard, but like everything connects. Like Jared, like art and science, they're the same fucking thing. Entropy. I'm telling you, bro, they're just different ways of saying the same fucking thing. Everything connects. Like, okay, actor, writer, filmmaker. Those are very similar things in traditional context, but like triad. Playing baseball and being an actor to me is the same fucking thing. I can conceptualize it the same way.
I see where you're going with that because you're. In both ways, you're putting on a performance.
There's connections between everything, and if you can connect the dots between everything, it's like you can learn anything. I think that's.
I feel like
That's a big one. Another big one was just being a Renaissance man in general. Like I'm just going a very non-traditional route. Like I want to actually be a novelist and be an actor. Like I don't know. Me. I'm just saying, like that's very non-traditional.
No, I think that's a good thing, and anyone who knocks you for that's a fucking idiot. So
the only person who knocks me for that is myself sometimes.
That's fine. You know what I also feel have like? That battle with your inner self.
Agreed. I feel like even if like say 20 people ever listen to this, right? Like I feel like when I talk, it's almost as if like there's a million people listening because that's just how we are, and I'm planning for that. That's what I'm planning for, anyways. But like, I feel like since we started the podcast, like I said in the beginning, you know, when you're talking about like resistance and breaking through your marathon thing, like in the beginning you have to force it and push, effort, and then it takes on a life.
That's what I feel like.
I feel like right now I'm not even choosing to be in the podcast. Like it's just momentum. This is the energy. This is the frequency. This is the pattern we're at right now. Like I feel like Jared, like I'm in a different energy right now.
Like
because we're just going.
Like I don't even like consciously think, oh, there's a camera there. You know,
me neither. I'm just here. I'm so present.
I'm so present. It's literally like us just having conversation. Like I feel like we would have otherwise.
No, I like I said earlier, like I live for this shit. Like I love deep conversation and thought provoking questions and stuff like that. So this is like,
you know what quote really stuck out to me? I remember when I read it. Like I remember
I dare you to say it.
It was on one of those like motivational quote apps, like daily quote apps, like back in like sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I believe it was either Emerson or Henry David Thoreau. I forget. It was one of them two guys. But
it's the same fucking person to me at this point. It's the same fucking person.
But it was
one of them
not about the length of life, but the depth. And I remember.
Oh my God. I wrote fucking something like that.
Yeah.
When I was in a state, I literally was like, yo, like, be careful. Time is relative. And you don't measure the relativity. I don't measure personally the relativity. The relativity, I feel like I don't measure it in actually like regular measurements, like minutes, seconds, hours. I like to measure time in presence.
Yeah, like I'd rather like 40 years of like a kick-ass life than 90 years.
It'll go by like this.
Of like
a 90 year, like 40 years of hell will go by so long. 90 years of complete joy will go by like this. So I think like for me, it's about depth of presence. Is the true measure of time, because that takes relativity into account, but minutes and seconds does not.
Damn. You know what's crazy?
I'm getting a seltzer. Please keep going. You guys want?
Would you mind? Yeah. Would you mind grabbing me a seltzer?
Okay, I'm gonna get you a random fucking flavor.
No, I see the one I want.
Okay, what do you want? You know, your man knows what he wants.
The black cherry.
Black cherry. Jared's a black cherry.
No, I'm good.
Jared's a black cherry.
I have water.
You black cherry. The black cherry one is my favorite seltzer of all time from ShopRite or from Stop and Shop. It just tastes literally like a cherry cola, but like it's fucking seltzer. Shout out, dude. I want to get a sponsor on this podcast for like seltzer or something, or like Bang energy drink.
Wedding sister
that
sponsor.
Way. Everyone wants the Bang sponsor.
Yeah, but like now it's saturated. Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah. I'm gonna get a Reign sponsor.
Something about Bang, man. The fact that there's creatine in it.
I love Bangs. Yeah, I love.
There's creatine in what?
Bang energy, but I like.
Oh yeah, I don't drink energy. I'm high on life. I don't need energy drinks.
I was in Wawa one time and I saw like a 10-year-old kid take out of it, and I'm like, his mother should be like locked up for child abuse. Like he should not be drinking that.
Should the government be involved in that, Jared?
No,
government.
No, get the government out of my life, please.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. It's from a movie. Kevin Spacey. You know, how fitting Kevin Spacey said it.
Kevin Spacey. Kill him
Some
with
usual
kindness.
Suspects. Kill him with kindness, bro.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you that, run. I'm out. Bye. See ya.
Somebody said, my boss told me to do that.
Kill him with kindness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like whenever there's assholes at the door.
Ass.
Oh yeah. Do you know what I'm doing now for job?
No idea.
All right. So yeah, remember.
He's a prostitute.
Yeah. I sell my body.
Everyone's a prostitute in some way.
OnlyFans. Subscribe. 99 a month. 99 cents a month. No, but I just started at this job. It's a
cold garage in here. I'll tell you that. All right, keep going.
Yeah, if anyone's listening still, I can't feel my toes, but
no, my toe. I'm literally wearing 2 pairs of socks, and I can't feel my toes. So for my job, I'm not gonna like dox the company name or anything because I don't want that out there. But don't say it.
I thought you were wearing it, and I was gonna be like, Rob.
No, I purposely.
You know, Hugo Boss manufactured the Nazi uniforms. Apparently, just saying.
This is not Hugo Boss.
I know. I just think of it when I see Boss.
Keep going. So what are you doing?
So for lack of, it's literally door-to-door sales. I'm a customer development representative. Like that's my fancy title. But I started working there, and like I've been making like really good, fucking good money, like more money than I ever have at any other job in my life. So it's like, because like well, people don't understand. Like people hear door-to-door salesmen like, oh, they get a fucking real job, but like, yo, there's fucking like grown men like supporting their family, like doing this shit.
Sales is huge.
That's a job.
Yeah, sales, because like there's no cap, and like with this, there's no cap.
No cap.
But so like I've been like hitting some like big numbers and like doing well at that job, and like the numbers. Where was I going with this? Why was I like
Just wanted to tell me about what you were doing.
Before I was like about to say something. I was like, oh yeah, wait, let me
Seltzer, rain, kid should be, the mother should be thrown in jail for letting her kid drink the fucking
that was
rain, the bang.
Not actually.
And then I was quiet and I think I was drifting off into Neverland and you guys were talking, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. But I remember that far.
Oh, kill him with kindness.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like my boss told me that because like I get fucking assholes at the door all the time. Like not as much as you would think actually. Like I was surprised. Like a lot of people, I mean, I guess it's just like the way I like I present myself as well. It's like, okay, like, hey, how's it going? Sorry to bother. My name's Rob. Like, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, also, but then you get the fucking, like today, like this dude, fuck, I have his address.
Say his name.
No, I'm not. But like this dude, he was like I was going, and I knocked on his door. It was like 2:00, and he was like on a work call. But like, I was like, hey, how's it going? My name's Rob. I'm with blah 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 blah, and we just did a window roof. We did a roof siding installation. Oh no, I did say I did. We did a window roof installation for your neighbor Mike and Kathy over on Brothers Street. And while we're in the neighborhood, we're just giving out free estimates, free inspections on anything that's older on the home. Do you happen to know how old your roof is? He's like, it's like 3 years old, bro. Like, get out of here. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, yeah, no worries. No, but then you like what you do, like you agree, like, oh yeah, like I thought it looked newer. Like it looks great, by the way. Like you got it done 3 years ago. Like how long? Like who did it for you? Like you just keep asking them questions, and then I was like, okay, all right, yeah. So sorry to bother. And then, but by any chance, have you ever thought about doing your siding? Because it was like an older cedar shake wood siding. Like it was like wood.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, actually, yeah, I was like looking to do siding. He's like, why don't you just leave me a card? But like I was like, unfortunately, like that's like I can't, like I don't have cards to leave out like that. I just have appointment reminders. Like I just set up the appointment for the expert to come out to do the full estimate with you. Just to be on the same page. He'll come out, measure everything up. They'll
Is it a free estimate?
Yes, completely free. And then I'm about to sell you on an estimate right now.
Don't sell me on an estimate.
But yeah, so it's like, so we'll measure everything up, answer any questions you may have, like show you different styles and options we provide, and then they just leave you with that estimate in writing for the future. And he's like, listen, man, like just give me the car. Like I don't have time right now. I was like, oh yeah, no worries. Like I'll let you get back to work. Like want me to stop by later and like give you more information? Then he's like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, okay. And like 4:00 sound good? Just fucking shuts the door. So then I like at the end of the day, I drove back to like that part of the neighborhood, and then like I get back out and like I knocked on the door, and I guess it was like his like dad or something like was at the door, and like it was an older dude. And then I was like, hey, how's it going? Is blah 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 here? He's like, no. Like, who are you? I was like, oh, my name's Rob. I was speaking with him earlier about he's looking about doing siding, and we're doing free estimates while in the neighborhood. He's like, okay. And then he's like, let me check if he's upstairs. And like I was like, okay. So he goes upstairs, and like as he's upstairs, like I'm just waiting there. The dude pulls in the driveway. He's like, oh, you're back? And I was like, yeah, like I was just saying, like you said it was okay to come back later when you're done with work. I was like, sorry to catch you like just pulling back into your home. And he's like, all right, listen, man, like what can you do for me? I was like, so yeah, so I know we're seeing your neighbor like blah 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 down the street, like 6:00 we can swing by like when we're done with them at 6. And he's like, listen, man, like you're making this way too much too complicated. Just like just measure something up and like leave me, and then I'll pick the options later. I was like, sir, that's not how it works. Like I just set up the appointment for the expert, and like they'll measure everything up, and then they show you the different options, because that does affect the estimate side of things, and then they leave you that price in writing for the future. He's like, look, you're killing me, brother. I was like brother, he's like, you're killing me, man. I was like, okay, it doesn't have to be tonight. Is there a better time, like later this week? Like we're gonna be in the area for the rest of the week. Like is there a better time? And like he's like I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I don't want to.
Can you just set up an appointment time with him, like on the spot? Be like, hey, why don't you just say, is this a good time for an appointment? And he has to say yes or no.
Like right now?
Not now. I'm saying, like, couldn't you ask him, like, hey, like, what's a good time for an appointment on Thursday?
Well, yeah, no, I did.
But he was saying no.
No, but like, okay, I'm trained for like all that kind of shit. But like, I was doing like everything, like, and it was like also got to the point where I was like being completely unscripted too, like just being fucking real to do. Like, yo, man, like, that's not how this works. Like, like I'm just the monkey boy in the middle, setting up the appointment for the expert. That comes out and does the actual estimate. And he was like, just measure something right now, and then leave me with something, and then I'll pick up I'll just pick out the options on the phone, and then they can leave me the price then. I was like, that's not how this fucking works. Like I was just like thinking in the back of my head, like, you fucking just say yes. Like I was like, okay, I understand you're busy. Like we can swing by in an hour and a half when we're finished with your neighbors over there, and then we can do the estimate with you since you're home already. And he's like, nah, man, like just leave me a fucking card. I was like, all right, listen, sir, like if you want,
like talking to a wall.
Yeah, no. And then like, so at the point I was just like, this is not even worth it. Like still trying to like get him. Cause I hit a bonus today already. So like, I have a
question.
Yeah.
So kind of a point I want to make, but I'm going to phrase it as a question. In terms of killing with kindness and the situation you're referring to.
Oh, so that I think finished with that. Like, it's always like at the end, like assholes like that, and like other people that I've like dealt with, where they're like, not interested, get off my lawn. Like, it's always like, all right, take care, have a happy new year, right?
Yeah.
Like, take care, have a good night. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, always leave that, because he says not just to like say like fuck you back. Like, it's not even a fuck. It's literally just because you, whatever happens at the door before, you carry that energy to the next door. So if you leave like if that person says get off my lawn, you're like, all right, well thanks a lot, and like in a sarcastic tone, you carry that like arrogant attitude to the next door, which sets you up for failure there. So it's always like, all right, no problem, sorry to bother, like have a great day, all right, I'll let you get back to the rest of your night, and you just boom. Like,
so in terms of killing with kindness, like, this was I heard this idea, I've read it and I've heard people say it, and it really stuck with me. The people that come off the most, you know, strong, most intense, most like, you know, no, closed off, fuck you, like absolute opposite of killing with kindness.
I have another story.
I've read that those are the people
not work related.
Those are the people that need the kindness the most. The person that looks so fucking mean and angry and so closed off is the one that needs the hug the most. Yeah. And I've also read like, okay, there are also people that need to be pushed back because they haven't learned. Like, I had an experience at Applebee's.
Somebody's story.
Yeah, I had this experience at Applebee's where this guy, he came in. I fucking mentioned this story. Whatever. I'm a server, and I had another server who he was gonna get sat with. I'll try and tell it real quick. He was gonna get sat with this guy who's been there before, and he looks a certain way, and he like his attire, and which is completely unrelated. I don't know. It actually has nothing to do with the story of the attire. But anyways, so he was going to get sat, and my coworker was like, yeah, I don't want this person. He's he doesn't like me, like things like that. And I was like, okay. And he was like, he's very mean. Just be careful. So I went up to him. I was like, how's it going? And he was just like very negative. Like, everything sucks, bro. Everything sucks. And I was like, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's life. But keep going. I didn't say that's life. But I said I'm sorry. I said like, damn, that's I didn't really
sucks to suck, huh, buddy?
I think what he tried to do was he tried to pull me down, but I kind of gave him enough respect and enough like compassion, but I didn't go down with him. Like, I don't think he wanted me to pull him down deep down, right? But I fucking came back and I was like, okay, do you want any food or do you want me to just take a walk? So it was a version of be kind with them, meet them where they're at, but at the same time, like, push back a little. And it's like, I've never seen someone so fucking, I'm gonna get emotional. So I'm so fucked up about it, and like, just completely so fucked up, so mean, so just looked so upset, and just completely shifted his energy. Like, he just completely opened up. And it's not because I was a fucking patty cake. I was nice and respectful and kind of like kept my fucking humanity to myself and didn't bitch out and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, can I like suck your toes now? Like, I wasn't like that. But like, and then I fucking went out. I was like, bro, like, because I was gonna say the other word, but I don't want to say that word. But I was like, bro, like, do you want me to like? I was like, do you want to order? Or do you want me to take a walk? And he stopped. And he's like, bro, like, I fucking like you. He's like, you have a good fucking attitude. But it was the craziest shit I've ever seen, bro. And that man did something that most people have never told me my entire life. He said, dude, he says like probably 50 times in the conversation. And I'm sharing it because maybe it'll open someone up, right? He said, bro, like, there's something about you. You have this energy. He didn't say energy. There's something about you. He's like, I know this guy's sharp, this attitude. He's like, but no matter what, he's like, you can do it. He's like, I don't know what it is. I told him like my life. He talked to me about his kids. He's like, you can do it. And I'm telling you, this man was fucking mean. And he's like, it can happen. Believe in yourself. You just have to have the courage to do it. Like, people can shift like that. You just have to meet people where they're at, but don't go down with them, but don't try and fix them. It's like, kill them with kindness is a great segue to get to someone. And I didn't even go fuck about that. I didn't even make that much money off of it. I didn't give a fuck about that. Like, he gave me something money can't buy.
I have 2 stories.
And it's like, people, there really are, you know what it is?
Garage.
There really is in other people, you a version of yourself in them and vice versa. Because if I talk to that guy, mirror. Yeah,
we're all connected in some weird way. I've heard that
experience. I hope I remember that experience forever. I don't want as a reminder.
I don't want to cut this short, but I literally think it's dropped like 5 degrees in here since we like.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like, I'm freezing, so like
I'm shivering.
I don't want to cut you off in your stories, but
he has 2.
I have 2 stories.
What do you want to do?
Can you tell those stories kind of
find a good way
quickly?
to wrap this up?
So first story, I have a similar thing where it was like, I went to go get my FID fingerprints done, right? Firearms identification. And I was getting my fingerprints done, and like the lady, like my card like declined, and then like I was like, fuck, let me fix something on my bank. And she was like, and then I heard her like talking shit about me, like to like the other dude, like, how did somebody not have $50 in their bank? And I was like, excuse me, man, I'm trying to fix it now. She's like, well, you should have done this before. I was like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I'm doing it now. And then like she's like, fine. And then no, but like it was like one of those like miserable like secretary ladies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then it took me a couple minutes, and like I heard her still talking shit, like, oh my god, it's been like 5 minutes, he still hasn't figured it out yet. I was like, excuse me, I can hear you, right? And like she's like, yeah, I just don't understand what's going on. I was like, I told you what's going on, and I'm getting the handle of it. Like, you're gonna get your money. Like, calm down. And then like, so anyway, so I figured that so it happens. I do it. You good?
I'm good. I was just, what the fuck happened there?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
I burped and coughed.
So anyway, so then like I did it, and then I was like, you know what, ma'am, have a great day. And like she like looked at me, she gave me the nastiest face, but it made me feel good because I was like,
I'm better than you.
Basically.
So that's kindness to you? You're fucked up.
Shut the fuck up. No, but like it set myself up, but like she still didn't reciprocate, so it's whatever. And then the second story, what was the second story?
Kill them with kindness. Some people need it the most. Sometimes you need to be better than them because you carry their energy and they reciprocate.
And there's like some dude. Oh, yes. All right. I had a similar story to you where like somebody like that I barely knew like had that same like
I believe in you.
Yeah. Like it was a vape shop in Philly that I went to.
Fire.
And this dude, his name.
He wasn't blowing smoke, was he?
What was his name?
It's a pun.
What was his name? Fuck, I'm going to
Mr. T.
That was a good one.
Sure, Mr.
Thanks,
T.
man. Dad jokes galore, baby.
Yeah, like
I'm shivering.
Blew over that.
You blew smoke over that?
Yeah.
There's smoke on the water.
All right, so this is the last story before we wrap this up, because this is actually... Jared, you have a work in progress history right now. You currently
What's
hold
your current work in progress?
Oh my God! Why didn't we ask that?
We asked it now. So, what's your current work in progress?
Let me finish the story real quick. It was this dude. He was like a high up. He done speeches for like Amazon events and shit, like crazy stuff. And like I met him like probably 2 times at the vape shop there. And he's an older dude too. He's like 60 something, whatever. But he fucking trucks cloud. It was fucking dope. And then anyway, and then I remember it was like when I was moving out of Conshohocken. And like I was like telling everybody there, like, yo guys, like I won't be seeing me for a while. I'm moving back to Jersey, And then he's like, and then the manager there, dope dude. I remember his name. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to blow up a spot. Dope dude, fucking great, like just humble as fuck, like good energy, like nice fucking dude. And like he's like, man, like you're like it's all right, man. Like he was just like, because I was getting upset. Like I was like, damn, like I'm fucking leaving. I'm going back home, like moving back in, like. And then like this dude, like fucking high. He has books and shit too out, like good books. And he's like, this kid, like he's gonna be someday. Like he's talking to the manager like in front of me there. He's like, good for you. He has great energy. Like you're a fucking good kid. And I was like, wow. And like I was like getting like choked up like just listening to that. I was like, damn, like this dude that I probably haven't spent more than a collective hour with in like over like a month. Like felt that about me. Like it just like it's like it
sticks with you, man.
Yeah.
And you may not remember that for the rest of your life, but like that thing he did for you was irreversible. Like that's just it just brings.
I mean, here I am. 3 years. Here I am. 3 years later.
It gives you a priceless currency.
Okay, Jared Nicastro, what's your
current work in progress, my man?
Yeah. Any project?
Just like in general.
Yeah.
Like I guess the biggest one would be Iron Man 70.3.
Fire.
I know it's like a weird one because it's like a physical
David Goggins.
goal. Yeah, I listen to him, but like doing it for a million different reasons that we probably covered during this podcast. But I would say that's like what I'm really focused on right now. Like, trying to get employed, move out like everyone else.
Retweet.
Fucking tweet.
Yeah, what else? Like everyone else, we're all just trying to find ourselves. So I think this was like the whole COVID situation was a big year for me, and like there was a lot of self-discovery and good and bad things that came from it, but I'm happy the path I'm on right now. Hopefully can keep this good momentum that I have with everything I have going on. And that's it.
Attaboy.
Life's good, man.
Life's good.
I try to make it good.
Life's great.
You decide if life
is great.
Yeah.
All right. So again, like you said, it's probably dropped at least 5 degrees since we started.
But we dropped a million.
All right, good way to end.
But we dropped a million
truth bombs.
Good way to
Oh wait, I timed that perfectly.
I timed it perfectly.
All right, wait. Good way to end.
Yeah.
Great way to end.
Don't expand on it. Drop a quote that changed your life. Don't expand on it, and we'll end on that.
No, but I need to do my outro.
All right, I have to do that and then hit your outro.
I love you. I gotta do my outro.
That's the quote.
Is that the quote?
No.
All right.
Isn't life just a big outro?
No.
That's not my
I'm
quote.
just saying
it's a big intro.
Okay,
just knowing the 3 of us, we could have done this for
years,
endless, like hours. No joke.
I just cracked out tomorrow. I'm knocking on doors like I didn't have any sleep last night.
You want to know that?
But all right, Rob.
Okay, can I go last? Jared, you want to go last?
No,
I want to go last.
I don't want to go first. You know what? I'll go first just to get out of my fucking head. I don't fucking know, man. I'm trying to drop like a bomb on someone, but it's
it
like,
doesn't need to be.
Okay. Okay, so can you phrase the question again? I'll let my immediate response.
An impactful quote in your life. Don't expand on it. Just drop the quote and leave it at that. Let people interpret it.
You are the one. I am the one. You are the one.
Me or Rob? You want to be last?
Successful people don't make the right decisions. They make their decisions right.
Love that. The ease to suffering is in presentness. Changed my life.
Presents, baby.
Present. Present.
Guys.
The present is a present.
Thank you for having me.
Gift.
This was really good catching up with you guys.
Thank you for the retirement episode.
Yeah, this is this is William's last episode as a work in progress.
He'll come back.
Co-host.
I have a part 2. Can we agree to that?
There we go. You know,
I'll save $200 no matter what in my life to have a flight.
I haven't said this live. I've said this behind the scenes. I think I've said it to you. I think a cool work in progress concept is a year later we have the same guest on to catch up on their work in progress.
Fire.
So yeah, maybe after Iron Man.
Ooh, there you go.
That'd be a good one.
There we go.
That'd be a celebration podcast.
Celebration podcast. Yeah. Like, what if we bring him back on after like they accomplished or like made another
every
step
season you have celebration podcasts and you have the regular new season podcast.
Yeah,
I like that. It's a really good idea.
Work in progress.
Boom. That's the work in progress, baby.
Thanks, guys.
So thank you again so much for tuning into episode 8. No, this is episode 7. Wait. No, this is episode 8. This is episode 8, our 7th guest.
ESPN 8, the O Show.
Thank you so much for tuning into episode 8 of the Work in Progress podcast, sponsored by Will Ritt, Dan W., and Rob J. Snyder, and our special guest of the evening, Jared Nicastro.
DJ Nicash.
DJ Nicash.
Trapaholics.
Damn, son.
Thanks, guys.
Damn, son.
So, yeah, thank you so much for coming in, brother. And if you haven't done so already, please check out episode 0 through 7. We have a lot of special guests. We have a lot of interesting topics, a lot that we go over across multiple episodes, but we're sure there's going to be some content there for you to enjoy and to learn from as well. And if you haven't done so already, please comment, like, subscribe. You know the fucking deal, whatever platform this is on. Until next time, God bless. Stay safe. Stay warm. I can't wait to go back inside and shower.
Another quote. Life is good.
Recall Murphy.
Life is good, but it can be better.
Boom.
You say Recall Murphy?